Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Welcome back to the DK19 channel, where it is a Sunday, which means a little bit more of the lovely, lovely Dungeons and Dragons. And I'm joined today by the Sunday Wolves. Now, the Sunday Wolves is made up of a gaggle of absolute reprobates that I love very dearly. And it all starts off with Dotan, who's somewhat ably played by Grav.
Watcha!
And that is then brought up by Anakis, who is played by Kevin, also known as Unknown Soul, who's another streamer.
We're doing, guys. How are we doing?
And this week we are rejoined by Perry, who is played by Oro.
Hello there.
And possibly we might be able to hear from Azra, who is played by Shadow.
Hello!
And last and certainly not least, we have Marcus, who is played by Mojo.
Yo!
I
feel really bad for him
sub as
because
well.
he has to follow me.
I just changed the order.
I'll
change them over. Like,
Yeah, do that because I feel really bad him having to follow that.
Thank you.
I don't
Thank
know
you
what I
to
mean.
my.
I just come in with a mellow.
Thank you to my lovely darling Gem, who's just resubs. That means that 6 months in a row. That is 6 months in a row. So that means that we have been together for certainly at least the 6 months there. The exact date is beyond me right now because I don't know what the exact date is. I'll need to check my Google Calendar.
It's fine. You're a male. You're not supposed to remember.
Just as long as I get close enough, I'll be all right. I'll get close enough. I'll be fine. So last week, last week and sessions prior to that, the party were enjoying a little bit of a downtime period in the wonderful capital city of Neverwinter, and during that time they carried out some shenanigans. You know, things were done and said and had and stolen.
I did nothing.
But the friendships were made, and enemies as well. But yeah,
I did nothing.
You did everything. It was all up to you. It was all your fault. But now the party have returned to the Silvertown Adventuring Guild Hall, where they're doing they've got a week worth of time for final prep now. Instead of being like the previous downtime week, this is kind of like a fast travel week in a way, because we're just a case of, okay, what are you spending your week doing? Brilliant stuff. Let's go through some stuff. And then they're going to be going into the dungeons. So during their little bits of like pseudo rapid downtime stuff, Dotan, what did Dotan get up to?
Dotan went off, had a look around town for some bits and pieces to make it easier to poison people, because she's all about that, and also picked up a couple of blades that a druid could use without it interfering with things, which she doesn't really understand. But
Druids do like using metal.
In terms of like poisoning stuff, because you don't just like throw a pit snake at people.
Animal handling every time, though.
I would just check your bed every night. That's all I'm saying.
Just tie it to an arrow and shoot them with it.
I'm an elf. I'm half elf. I have resistance to poisons.
No, elves don't get that.
No, you don't.
That's dwarves.
You can believe that as much as you like. It's not
They
going to
do
work.
in Skyrim.
This ain't Skyrim.
I know.
Also, you can't be a half elf in Skyrim unless you do mod packs. So that doesn't count as non-vanilla.
True. I don't even play a fucking vanilla race or anything.
Yes, so Dotan, as I said, they went off back into the city to go and basically do a bit of shopping for the most part. And Marcus, what was Marcus doing for their week's worth of final prep?
Well, after gleefully finding out that I can control the wooden mask on my face to express emotion and talk, he then decided to train hard with I've forgotten his name.
Forik
I put it down. That's it, Forik, to become to train with his spear at the moment. That's
yeah.
the
So
aim.
is instead of using a spear, we've swapped out to using a
Yari.
A yari, which is a type of martial arts spear instead. I know, people know it. I know. In terms of D&D, okay, D&D is a martial arts spear, and the idea behind it is that Mojo decided. We had a chat a while ago. I think some of it even happened on stream as well, about multi-classing from druid into monk. And so what we've decided to do is to make it so that for the moment he can use a spear as if using it as a monk would, in terms of it's a finesse weapon, and it uses dexterity instead of strength. But at the moment, not proficient in it. So he doesn't get the proficiency bonus, and also basically he's using a monk weapon but not as a monk is basically the easiest way to put it. But that is because he's
a mole ninja.
Yeah. He has decided that he is going to multi-class into being a monk. So this is kind of like a nice little bit of fluff and stuff to like precursor all of that. And similarly, we have someone else who is planning on doing some multi-classing and is starting down that road now, aren't they, Azra?
Yeah, as I walk into the library gleefully, sort of lightly humming to myself, then realizing, wait a minute, I'm in a library.
So we haven't yet covered off anything with Azra, but that is what Azra's plan is. Anakis, I believe you're actually with them as well?
I am indeed, yes.
And you were looking at ways to try and find ways to further your control over your magic, because the nature of being a sorcerer, your magic doesn't come from like summoning up things and manipulating the winds of magic. It comes from basically like essentially like within your soul, really, I suppose.
Yeah. Look for ways to better control it.
Yeah. So to get a bit more, because the sorcerers very, very glass hammery in that regard. They've got some of the most powerful spells available in the game, in terms of bang for your buck. But they do also have a potential a lot of the time to make themselves explode, or various other things.
Please, if possible. Or loss of limbs.
We had no Perry last week, as I wasn't feeling too well, but it's feeling much better now. What would Perry have been doing during his downtime after having woken up surrounded by his companions talking? We had it so that you were just a very particularly heavy sleeper last session to
particularly
give a
heavy
reason.
sleeper does sound an awful lot like him.
I also theorized that he may have eaten something dodgy cooked by Dotan, but that was about it.
I might have worn him out.
There is that too. But actually, that came up just before the stream started about whether or not the marriage has been consummated. I never decided that. I just said you two woke up cuddling.
I mean, there was that one time we got drunk together and you guys woke up in the barn with another young lady, so...
Yeah, no, but there's fairly clear that there was some consummation between two of the parties. Whether or not the third party was actually involved was never actually fully disclosed, though Grav did say that it did. But we don't actually know for sure. He could have been bluffing.
Just watching from a cupboard dressed as Superman.
The problem we've been every time we've been possibly at it, we've not actually been fully conscious. So I don't know. Maybe we should roll for it.
Half-time change ends.
Yeah.
We could. Yeah, you can roll for that. I think what would that be? I think it should be.
Survival.
I'm thinking
animal handling.
Yeah.
I'm thinking a couple of charisma saves. And maybe two charisma saves and a constitution save, and based off that from each of you. A charisma save and a constitution save, one of each from each of you, and we'll work out from those numbers what we think has occurred.
Wait, what? Do I have to roll as well?
No. Just from.
What the fuck?
You know what I get up to when I've been drunk. I don't fucking know. I might have got involved at some point.
Yeah, that's
It wasn't supposed to be advantage.
it's still
Well,
the
the first
17.
one's
Yeah, it's still the 17. Well,
I think those average out to about the same.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that you've both been confident and willing to do it, and let's say you've managed to get as far. Let's say you've got as far as third base. That's how. But you've been a little bit too nervous to go any further because you're not entirely sure how it's going to work logistically between a halfling and a half elf.
That'd be the most glorious thing to observe.
A flailf.
Okay, well, I've got a sudden idea for what Perry needs to be doing this week.
Oh dear.
Does it involve a stepladder?
It might.
That, some strawberries and chocolate.
A step like that goes to the trumpet.
Yeah, I think he's going to join Ernakis and Azra in the library researching some advanced techniques to overcome the height difference.
So you got Marx is doing martial arts and Perry's doing marital arts. Fantastic. Carry on then.
Earnestly reading books in the corner.
Disadvantage.
Fuck off. That was a good solid line, alright? Fuck off. Martial arts and marital arts. Love it. Brilliant stuff. Okay, Pegs. So, I think it's Discworld. I'm fairly sure it was a Discworld joke. It sounds like a very Terry Pratchett joke, not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, it does sound like something.
Right, okay, so is Perry going to be going into the back to the city?
I reckon so, yeah.
Okay. So, we know what's happening with Marcus, who is spending basically up at the crack of dawn each morning to go and do some training with Fulric Braysmith. Dotan went into the city to do some stuff. Did you then stay in the city, or did you return back to the guild hall with your goodies?
I'll come back because I'm thinking to myself that it's going to take a little while for Marcus to get someone to fiddle around with this thing to make it into a spear for him. So I'm going to get back.
Yeah, I mean, you could even you could.
Actually, let's find out what Perry's doing, because I'll probably just stick with Perry.
Basically, with the exception of Marcus, if we not so much retcon it, but go back and reassess, essentially having four of you heading into the city together. Certainly heading into the city together.
We're pulling a Bethesda. Where law doesn't matter and we just carry on.
Because Marcus is doing the monk training.
Mm-hmm.
And then Azra is looking for basically busking to make a bit of money. Actually, that's the point. Are you staying in the city for as long as you can?
For me?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah, because I want to sort of gather some coinage and gather some knowledge.
Okay, because you're going to need to pay your way in some way. So with some of the busking, you may not necessarily actually
if we
get
have it
that
like
much.
busking and then working at that one pub on the seafront in the corner, because I get pretty good tips from there. So
you do. So what we'll do then is you give me.
Because like in between like studying and notationing my spells into songs, as it were.
Yeah.
I'm going to need sort of a time off, have a drink.
If you give me...
That's a really good idea if I open up my...
Give us four performance rolls.
Oh, fucking hell. Hang on. I got to open up my thing. There we go. Right, we're not in edit mode. That's awesome. Pop that out. Joys of having more monitors.
We'll see how well
performance
we
rolls.
do.
4, yeah?
Yeah, 4 of them. So 16...
1, 2. Ooh, very nice.
16. And 14. So, so you definitely make enough money off the course of this, off of your time whilst you are busking in the city. You make enough money that you're not going to need to worry about having like a roof above your head and that for the course of your time there. What we'll do is, because I had it set to my brain as being a 12, so that is enough on that.
Like to be living in a forest, I could sleep in a fucking tree if I needed to.
Yeah. It's whether or not.
But it's nice to have a nice kind of comfy bed.
It's whether or not you'd be getting any shit for being homeless from the other gaggles of homeless people that are in the city anyway. Basically,
we'll just entertain them. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're used to seeing homeless musicians. It's got to be very common.
To be fair though, half of the street musicians and whatnot and the homeless people, they are fucking good at what they do. It's mental.
Okay.
There's a guy at Canary Wharf Station in London that he plays guitar. He's only got one fucking arm.
I think I've seen him actually. He is brilliant. It's like when I wander around through Canterbury, I have to give my wallet to T because I will just throw money at these people. It's like T, take it.
Right. Okay. So, over the course of the week that you're spending in Neverwinter. Like your extra week of downtime that you're doing, separate to any money that you would have been spending for room and board, actual profit from your busking, you managed to make a total of 3 gold coins and 3 gold coins, 9 silver.
Oh god, I'm gonna sound really fucking stupid. 9 plus 4.
13.
Thank you.
Quick
Sorry,
maths.
I am really not me and numbers. We're not friends
And
at all.
14 copper coins as well.
14 copper. I've got an 8. Can we math that for me?
22.
Thank you. Sorted.
So that's
I've got
basically
some
that's
money.
your actual profit from busking as opposed to
That's
roof above your head.
what I've
food,
got
drink, and
left
that sort of
after
stuff.
paying
That's what you've got left after paying for it for everything else. So the rest of you who are going into the city, how long are you staying in the city for? So Dotan, you're only in there. Basically, you're going in to go and do your shopping and then going back that night, were you? Or
it depends. I'll find out what Perry. Because if we're retconning that Perry's come along, then if he's staying, I'll probably stay.
Okay. How long would Perry be in the city for, and what is he doing?
Okay, well, I figure he'll be in there for 2 days, 3 days, something like that.
Okay.
I imagine research one day and then shop 1 or 2 days and then shopping on the last day 3. Like chocolates, flowers,
Scented candles.
scented candles.
Okay.
Packets of rose petals and a special potion from Darius.
Special potion from Darius.
In a blue bottle.
Wait a minute, isn't Darius a little occupied?
I'm fairly sure that the little blue potion is the recipe that Azra gave to him.
It has nothing. No.
No, it's a different one. That's something
No.
else. I remember now. That's something else.
It's a potion of enlarged person.
Yeah. So what it is, we'll say for those of you who are staying in the city, it will cost you 1 gold piece per day for room and board.
Oh, actually, Dan, while I'm here, I'd like to find someone to make that spear for Marcus.
You can. Well, you do know of a weapons craft. Let me just put you onto the map. You actually. Just spare me a second. Let's just actually put you into the game properly now, instead of being on the intro screen.
I'm trying to remember who it was. Would that have been Quills or no? Jermaine's was the close.
It's near the Pangolins Hide. It's a place called True Strikes.
Right. Okay. Cool. I will head over there.
Okay, you're gonna be heading over there doing that, right? Okay. Right. So right, that's got all this here. So Perry is planning to try and get Dotan more properly into bed.
Is he trying to conceal it from Dotan, or is he just like, yep, you can watch me study marital techniques and...
I've got my own stuff to do.
He's got this.
Dotton's got Dalton's occupied.
I'm
I'm not worried at all.
You just got this image now of Perry just like sneaking up behind him with like a wet cloth and just come with me.
Okay, so
I don't think his hands can go up that far.
I don't
let's
think
catch
you'd
up.
be able to sneak up on her either.
Guys,
No, fair enough.
let's catch up with Anakis and Azra, who are visiting the more magical college for some of the basic information that's available. Don't forget, there is also a Bardic College of Knowledge available to you guys as well, if you were so inclined to want to take advantage of that.
Let's do that.
I'll stay with just so I can focus on what I'm here for.
Okay, so you're going to stay at the Mage College, and Azra's going to go to the Bard College, yeah?
Yeah, on the
Cool.
pretense that learning the bardic way of learning new spells is going to be easier for me to turn those spells into songs.
Okay. Rightio.
That's how I'm keeping my quote-unquote spell book.
Okay, so you're basically you're going to go to the Bardic College to learn as much as you can about basically the Bardic version of magical theory,
Yes.
so that you know how you can better manipulate spells, so that you can hopefully then craft that into wizard style spelling instead. Okie dokie. So you're going to be doing that, and you spent some time busking as well. So we're going to fast forwarding through some of these things. Like I said, for Marcus, we know what he's doing each morning. And you're going to be doing that each day. You're going to be doing a load of stuff for research. And the nature of how this is going to be going for you, I will get you to do some rolling for me, actually.
Alright.
How long are you staying in the city? So how many days are you doing this?
It's going to be like sort of every day, and then when I have time doing the busking.
Doing that, so
So sort of
busking in the evenings and during
Yeah.
the day, doing that. Okay, right. So like, yeah, all right, okay. So like standard student thing of being like studying during the day, bar
Making
job
money
at
in the
night.
evening.
Okay.
Taking fucking writing
Right.
spells in daytime, finding love by night time.
Because you went back to the guild hall on the Sunday night. You're going into the dungeon on Saturday.
Right.
So you've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Probably going to be heading. I'd imagine you guys are going to want to be back at the guild hall by Friday. So that's why in my head at the moment I've been working around essentially having like a 4-day week at the minute. So yeah, then let's have. Can you give me 2 intelligence checks?
Oh jeez.
Not saving throws, intelligence check.
Yeah.
Because it's active study.
Oh.
Okay. Right, okay, that's fine.
Please tell me I actually learned something and didn't come out of the library dumber than I was before.
No, you won't come out
What's
that
that
you
bullet?
before, but in terms of like, actual results of this may not become clear for some
I'm
time
going
yet.
to do an internet.
But okay, so that's right. Okay, so you spend quite a bit of time. Each of these days, you're spending with the your peers, and you're studying how power is grafted into words in terms of it for the bardic way. So you're studying that type of magical theory. And working at how you can then start doing that yourself by maybe involving other words in that. So like you dabble around with a few little songs and limericks here and there, testing them out on your on your fellow students and seeing whether or not anyone's nose bleeds.
There
and that
once
sort of
was a
stuff.
man over there, and now he's turned into a chair.
Nope, well, that's a table, but good effort. You're halfway there.
No, I tried.
Obviously that doesn't actually happen, but we're just having a bit of a gas. So you're spending time on that, and you feel like you're getting a pretty decent grasp on how you would actually be able to take what you already know of magic and put that into a different style of magic. And basically, what I'm going to do off the back of this is
Let's tell me what he's reaching
you're familiar with how, because I know I've told you about it before, you're familiar with how every class has an archetype. So you are currently you're a bard of knowledge, aren't you?
for. Valor.
Valor? Oh yeah. So yeah. College of
Wouldn't be able
Valor.
to use my rapier otherwise.
Yes, that's right. College of Valor. Well, wizards have a similar sort of thing as well, where they have a specialty of some type.
Yep.
So what I was going to do was based on how well you were able to work through your stuff. There's going to be some limits on what schools of magic are going to be available to you. So I'm just going to quickly do it now so that I don't forget. I'm going to quickly go over what the schools of magic are and let you know. On orders, I'll just send it to you. I'll let you know which schools you feel, basically which schools you feel confident. Your character feels confident they would be able to
knows that he
gain a
knows enough
grasp
about
of.
to actually be
Yeah.
able to use any of the fucking
Yeah,
magic.
exactly. So that's that one. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to send this to you as a message on Discord,
Hi.
just because it's going to be easier to do it that way. Now, not case. This isn't the case of like you are now a wizard and you have these things. It's like once you multi-class into wizard, and you need to actually get to level 2 in wizard before these schools become available to you. But this is giving you the knowledge now of how you feel your character feels they may be able to go, so that when it then comes around to actually making these choices, you can have a bit of you'll be like a bit forewarned on what's actually going to be occurring. Okay. And then as we get closer to time, you and I can discuss exactly what means what, and you can make whatever final decisions you need to do.
Yeah.
So total, I think there's like 9 schools of magic total,
Yeah.
and you're going to get access to about 3 or 4 of them.
Yay! I am a smart.
Oh, actually no, you definitely won't get access to that one because that one's broken as shit. Okay.
Yeah, don't give me broken spells for fuck's
Yeah.
sake.
Any DM who is willing to let a player be a wizard of the School of Illusion, you are far braver than me, and you're making a heck of a rod for your own back.
Ha ha ha. You already used some illusion-y stuff. I can like snuff
Yeah.
out camp and shit.
Yeah, basic illusion magic is fine. The actual School of Illusion, and Oro can back me up on this, it's broken as shit.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
it's,
people think
it
that the
is
divination is
strongest-
broken, but it's really not.
Yeah, if you want like broken fucking shit, 14 levels of illusionist wizard.
I'm just going to
It's dumb.
summon an illusion of a giant wall, and now it's real.
Oh, and now it's real.
What?
Yeah, the illusion magic is broken as shit.
It's not okay. I don't know what the designers are thinking. Nothing else in the game can do anything approaching that.
About them paints, what they called?
Well, see, that's different, because that is technically a legendary item. Not exactly a legendary item, but the nature of what it is, I class it as a legendary item, and having that level of power is perfectly permissible, given what it does and how rare they are.
Well, and also there's a finite supply of it. You can't
Exactly,
just paint
yeah.
more of it. Paint
Yeah.
another tin of
Yeah,
it.
yeah, you can't just pop. You can't just pop down your local bottle shop and pick up another pot of like. I need goblin green and basilisk eyes and oh yes, that's right, real wall. You know, it's not you know that's the old set of colours, not available anymore. So that's
Like
that.
Wile E. Coyote painting a tunnel into the side of a mountain.
Yes, it's a little bit ridiculous type of stuff. So yes, those are the schools that will become available to you once you multi-class into wizard. But all I'm
Yeah,
going to
I'm
do,
just having a read through now.
yeah, what I'm going to say now as well is that basically much like Mojo at this point, I am going to temporarily railroad you in that thing. Now that we've started down this path, you
Yeah.
must take your next level in wizard.
Yep, that's fine.
Cool. Obviously,
I want
after-
to be a
after-
bard now.
but no, sorry, not happening. But yeah, Mojo, at this time, you must take your next level in monk. But so these are basically like this is essentially just reiterating conversation we've already had in the past.
Basically,
but-
we've committed.
yeah, we've started down the point. We're committed, and you know it's a temporary railroading for the purposes of we've started this quest, finish it through. So, Anakis, you are looking to find ways to have yourself some better control over your magic. Now, for you, I just grab my book again. This is going to be a little bit different, and you're a sorcerer, aren't you? Right, so I need that one first. Kevin? Is he there?
Hello.
Yep, what's up?
You are there. Cool. Right. Okay. So you are currently a sorcerer, and you are you're spending your 4-day week researching ways by which you can have better control over your magic, or yeah. Actually, I had an idea of what you want to do. Right. For basically an idea of something that your character can become aware of. And if we get some other stuff, I might even let you get some extra bonuses on top of that too, depending on what the dice say. So, Kevin, can I get you please to give me, because again you're doing the same sort of thing, we're doing some research on this, so can I have, actually, how are you spending your 4 days? Are you spending all of them in study? Are you going to be spending some little bit of time shopping? What is your plan?
I'm going to spend them all in study just so I can basically refine my control over the spells.
Okay, pokes. Right, in that case then, can I please have from you also two intelligence actually no, give us 3 intelligence checks, because I imagine you probably end up staying later. And you're not going to be at all muddied by any alcohol in there, so that's pretty nice. Right, okay, bear with me a second. Right. Just to remind myself exactly which one it is. Right, okay. I am going to send you a message on Discord, which is basically, this is the information that you've learned, and what I'm sending you is a slightly modified version of what it actually is, and I'll also let you know what the modification is. Right. There's my Discord again.
Are you able to send me the archetype limits for monk eventually as well? Actually, I forgot.
Yeah, I will do that, because you're going to have some. You got some limits on what you will know. I will quickly do that to you now, actually.
Ah. Okay.
I'm loving it.
That's it.
So that's for you, okay?
Brilliant. Thank you.
And where? Oh no, so there we go. Right, okay.
Actually, I think.
Okay, brilliant.
Right, I've just sent you a message. Let me know if you understand it.
Okay, let's get a look at this.
Okie dokes. And whilst you're reading through that, Perry, you are what's Perry up to for this week, or this 4-day week?
Yes. Okay. So, day 1, he's gonna look around the library to see if there are any texts which may assist him in his journey.
Okay, so you're going to be going to the regular library as opposed to the magic library, I would assume
Yes.
in this regard. I hope the regular library.
Probably the regular
magic
library.
involved. The regular library. Okay, and you're doing some research on this. And how long are you staying in the city for?
I reckon 3 days probably.
3 days.
Unless we fail horribly and it takes
yeah.
a 4th.
Well, so you're what you're doing on this bit. I think it's still research. There's still going to be intelligence checks on this bit. So, just for the nature of what you're looking for, and I don't imagine this is the sort of thing where you're going to be burning the midnight oil and staying there. You'll be staying there till the wee hours. I don't imagine, because I imagine you're probably going to want to spend your evenings with your dear lady friend.
Yeah.
Or am I wrong?
No, I assume you're correct.
Okay.
That's quite interesting, DK. I think that's quite interesting wee bit of tidbit you just sent me there.
You fully understand it?
Yep, I just looked up on the PDF as well just to see
Okay.
exactly what it does.
Sound good?
Yep.
Brilliant.
Sounds good.
Let's have 2 intelligence checks from Perry to see how his research goes. See which books he finds and how well he understands what's in them.
It's my only stat without a positive modifier. Womp womp.
Okay, how about asking people about sex?
How do I sex?
So does Neverwinter have a red light district?
Well,
The red candle district. And every candle drips on somebody. Let's say I'm trying to think of what, because I try to work out exactly what he's trying to find out and how much of it. He learns the ancient technique of Kuzdrala. So, well, I think there might be something we're going to need to come back to. I think what I'm going to need to do is basically to message me, let me know exactly what it is you've been looking up, and then I'll give you like a little checklist of what you do and don't find. I think might be the easiest way to approach that.
Honestly, I have no idea. I didn't think this through very well.
No.
It's just fluff anyway. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Well, no, yeah, so it could come in handy if
It
ever
matters
needs
to
to.
him.
If he ever needs to chat up another noble woman or something, you never know. Could come in handy.
Oh, we've got our own Lothario now. Christ
No, but
almighty.
Has
Has
I've
he been
literally,
red pilled?
I've written in my notebook here. Well, I've got here. I've got. I don't know how well the camera's gonna be able to see it, but I've got literally so week prior to Raggedy, Azra learning combat spells, Marcus monk training, Onakis learning more about spells, Dotan research ways to have multiple poise ready, Perry Lothario. That's literally all I've written in my notebook is Perry Lothario.
This is like the Neverwinter version of one of those pickup subreddits, isn't it?
Never winner
Yeah,
night. Oh, dear.
Well, okay. How about I know. Perry is going to look for love songs, as he is proficient in guitar as a musical instrument. Little known fact.
sounds like a challenge to me.
We'll look up serenades.
Yeah, I can work with that. I can work with that.
And I have also on his interests here ancient empires. So I suppose he'll look up the Forgotten Realms
Ancient
equivalent of the
empires.
Kama Sutra.
Okay.
My leg goes where?
I already know who has the best character development arc in this part, okay? Let's be honest here.
Right, I'm going to send you a message on Discord to let you know basically how this could potentially play out in the future if we continue down this path.
Just a
Oh.
warning.
20 dexterity, bring it on. intense typing action.
Yeah.
Join us every Sunday.
Um, right. There you go. I've sent you a message. Let me know if you understand what it currently means and what it might potentially mean.
Is he going to multi-class into sex wizard?
This is why you want
Let's
to get.
just change
This
this.
is why you want to get
Paladin.
expertise, Perry.
I understand.
You understand?
I
Fantastico.
understand.
Do you think it requires sleight of hand as a skill?
You know,
Maybe.
the,
What were you
going-
what for slipping a roofie in their drink or something?
No, I mean using your hands tactfully to hit certain spots to make certain things feel the certain way.
Okay, so more of the monk-based combat.
the mic-based combat.
Yeah, I'm talking about being a monk, of course. What do you think I'm talking about?
Let me show you my unarmed strike.
Wink, fake.
Winky
Would it be unethical to use my channel divinity in this situation?
Entirely.
God help me!
But
I just
try
got this
but
image
try
of
it
the
and see
unarmed-
see what potentially happens. Try it. It
I've
could
got
be
this
quite interesting.
image of the unarmed strike going like this.
I was referring to the +5 on persuasion checks channel divinity.
Yeah,
of course you will.
we'll see what happens. You can give it a go.
Alrighty.
This
Anyway.
Sunday, Love Adventures with Perry.
Yeah, Love Adventures of Perry. He should start a talk show. Or like a newspaper column.
Hello. Long time listener, first
Where,
time
yeah,
caller.
all he does is give like love advice and make fun of the fishmongers guild because they're assheads.
So yeah, somehow you've ended up with them hating you. Even I'm not entirely sure how that happens, to be honest.
But
a
they
book of Rough Baddies are unlawful
the
criminals.
guildmaster
Jesus,
just doesn't know how to take a joke. Okay.
You had, as that's not what a cod piece is.
Maybe the joke was just too fishy.
Okay.
disadvantage.
You know what? No, I'm not
Disadvantage.
allowing that. Okay, if you that no one laughed at codpiece, fuck the lot of you. If you can even thinking about laughing at a joke
going
being
to
fishy.
laugh.
I was going to say disadvantage, but I was taking a drink.
I actually did laugh, but my mic didn't pick it up. That's my reasoning.
Scumbag, you're all dead. Characters have all died. They've
Oh,
syphilis.
Going from what?
Syphilis.
Let's make a new one.
Syphilis. Oh, dear.
Wait, no. Perry's immune to disease. Define health.
I catch leprosy.
Smushed by a book about sex.
Okay,
This is
fine.
too big
You're
for
immune
him.
to disease. That's fine, okay, because unfortunately Dotan isn't. She dies of syphilis, and you
Oh,
cannot get out from
no.
under her and
I-
suffocate
I-
to death.
I die of grief.
You got broken heart syndrome. Oh dear. Okay, so that is what Perry's up to. So, oh, actually, just go back to Marcus for a minute. Can I have from you, Marcus? This is going to seem a little bit peculiar given what you're doing. Can I have a couple of Constitution checks from you, please?
What is he doing? Yep. But for
Trying
some
to
reason-
try if he sees what's it? Tries to see if he has the guts to try one of these moves outside.
Where is it? Constitution what?
Checks. Just two Constitution checks.
Oh, okay, so even if I got it. Wow.
Actually, no, make it three. Make it three because of the nature of how things are going. Because you spent your first day doing some sort of stuff.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
So-
Shite. All right.
Yeah. You every morning when you're getting up at the crack of dawn to go and train with Fulric, you are basically spending a large amount of your time. You're not entirely sure if it's training or hazing. At this point, you're spending there's a lot of it. You're being thrown about by someone half your size, which is Fulric.
Less training, more a one-sided beatdown.
Yeah, you're being given a heck of a battering, but it soon becomes apparent that of why that was. Essentially they're trying to teach you, like, each time that you get thrown down and then get picked up again. You get a little hint in your ear, a little correction of, like, just hold your arm a slightly different position, if you just shift your weight and you can adjust the center of gravity, and all these little things to try and help you to essentially to start building up your core so that you can train more effectively as a monk. So you're getting that feeling that the one on your constitution check, you're suffering a little bit. You are getting the wind knocked out of you.
Interjection.
Yeah.
This is something that I personally would like to see. That Marcus just out of nowhere just snaps and belts one of them in the face just once. Just completely out of nowhere.
That is.
Yeah, but
it's
that's
completely
why
out
I
of
want
character.
to see it, because that's just complete gap.
Even on that regard, that is completely out of character for Marcus. He doesn't have that, even like a hidden mean streak like a lot of players and characters would have. So because I know, like, a lot of all his background stuff as well, and there's no justifiable way to have that occur. So actually, to be fair, I'd kind of like to see that as well.
Yeah, I know, right?
But
I think
it's
if
just
he's
that there's
ever gonna
no.
lose his
I
shit,
can't.
I feel like
can't
it's going to
give a
be like
reason.
this.
Yeah.
It's just going to be, listen here, mister. You've really annoyed me. Bang.
Basically, if he's ever gonna snap,
I think the
it's
worst
gonna-
he would do is just, like,
something
write an
bad
angry
happens
letter.
to one of you guys.
It's just going to, like,
or
flail at
that
people
his,
a
like,
little bit.
hidden background story thing. That's the only time he'd snap his shit. That's only because, like, it's the only time he actually cares.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, no, you are spending a lot of time basically on your ass. You're spending a lot of time on the floor, covered in dust. Basically just getting just chucked around like a rag doll.
Sounds like me that night I woke up in the cemetery.
Yeah, not far off it, but less exciting.
I know, right?
Yeah, so I'm trying to give me a sec. Let me just check something quickly first. Just the nature of the fact that you did get the crit fail in there. Bear with me a second.
Excuse me.
I lose an eye. Don't I?
I'm going to go with breaks a tooth rather than lose an eye. And that, like, broken tooth goes into his transformations as well. You just like a one-fanged badger.
Yes.
Marcus.
Like a boar with only one fang.
Yep.
Bear me just.
I'd like to, like,
guys.
sometimes keep Marcus.
Vampire
as a-
boar. Why is that not a thing?
When Alfred gets back, he's going to.
Is it not? Well, there are wereboars.
Ah, there you go.
Those
See,
are
vampire animals aren't common at all. Just the nature of how the of how vampirism exists in pretty much every mythology. Actual vampire animals aren't that common because a lot of it is to do with the dark, like a permanent darkness within one's soul is often linked
succession
with
of
vampirism. Yeah, there's a lot of things that make it so that where animals aren't that, there's not that much of an issue there being where animals due to the nature of that essentially being a poison, or a virus.
Whereas
to be more
vampirism
precise.
is a gift.
Vampirism, it's not
Quote
quite as
unquote.
cut and dry as that.
They took him out to hunt for truffles, but he developed a taste for blood.
They call him the Vambor! Sounds like a really bad 50s B movie.
Oinkula.
Oh God.
Oh no, I had a really Count Pigula. Well, come for the DMV, stay for
right.
the really bad puns.
Actually, oh, okay, so that means I can use this then. I'm definitely going to be favouring this.
Does that mean that he'd be like living black pudding?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Let's see. Do I have to let it
fat
linger?
Fabula. Oh jeez. Go on. Break a tooth.
Do you have to? Do you have to?
Oh, you know what? That actually works out pretty well for you. Now, bear in mind, I'm gonna send you what has occurred. Okay.
Also, because my face is not revealed like ever,
Yeah.
and now I know that since then he's just been talking and opening stuff through his like mask. I don't have to show my face, and that's great.
Can I just point out that Azra is quite disconcerted by the mask itself? not just because it's like a weird like druid mask. It's just she doesn't like that kind of thing. Like masks are meant to be like not moving, and when it starts moving, he gets a little bit like shuddery, like.
Right.
Like Dead Man 5
so yeah,
from
so I've
Dead
just
Man's
I've just sent you
Yeah.
I've just sent you a thing, Mickey. Hope that makes sense for you and gives you an understanding of what's going on.
Okay, brilliant. Does that happen if I have the thing on? Still?
Yes.
Okay.
The mask has no effect on that because just the nature of as
Yeah.
it's been made clear how some people may feel about the mask anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Brilliant.
Cool.
Just checking.
Perks.
Good.
Yeah, no worries. It's cool.
Character development, people.
Yes. Oh,
But I got
God.
that. I got that for training. Yeah.
Yes. So through the training, basically that is the result of the Nat 1 Constitution check.
Is it a scar of a like a war wound?
Yeah, essentially. But I'll tell you, it basically he has received a permanent reminder of the training, but the exact effects of that I've only put to Mickey at this time.
Okay.
Right, and then we've got Dotan. Let's come back to you because I think everyone. I think I've sent everyone some information regarding what's going on with their stuff. So Dotan, come back to you. And possibly Perry at the same time as well now, based off of what's been going on. So Perry's been spending the last 2 or 3 days nose deep in a book, and the evenings nose deep in your ass. So
Yeah, I'm on the lookout to get a spear
you
made.
at that point. You're looking to get the spear made. That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's have you go to. Let's have you go back. Let's have you go to True Strikes, which is a place you are aware of. I can't remember if you've actually been there or not.
I'm sure we did it. I'm sure someone did at some point. I don't know if Dotan did, but someone did.
Yes. Okay. So yeah. So you can go to. Yeah, then you go to True Strikes, which is it's quite a well situated weapons store. It's near to the Pangolin's Hide, and it's like all along the walls. There are basically a lot of weapons that. A lot of them, they look pretty much the same, but you can tell there are some slight subtle differences in terms of like you'll have like a wall that's like a 2-meter display of long swords all like hanging down, you know, that sort of style that you
Yeah.
get for swords where they're hanging down for it, and the blades are all the same length. The blades are all the same length and the same cut of blade, the same style of blade, but you can see that they've all got slight differences in the hilts where there may be some difference to the actual design that's carved into it, or maybe they've got like a different shape to the pommel. So you get the feeling that they're weapons that are essentially they're mass produced to a decent quality, but there's not really that much that's going to be standing out as being an especially special type of weapon.
Is there anyone obviously in charge?
There is.
Do
There is.
they have a counter?
Yeah, there is a counter, and at the counter, he's relacing a grip around basically the grip of a bow. He's relacing a bit of a leather patch that goes around that. And you see there's 4 or 5 other bows on the counter, which in various states of being adorned in some way with minor embellishments to just make it so that they're more easily recognisable. Like someone can look down and go, "Oh, that's my one," as opposed to actually being like, "Oh, this is an amazing bow of blah 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 blah."
Hello.
There is a hill dwarf.
I will look down. Hello.
Hello.
Right, so I'm making something for a druid friend of mine. I've got this blade,
Alright.
and I'm looking to put it onto the end of something to make it into like a spear. So
What sort of spear are we looking? Like a hunting spear, so it's not like a spear that you throw. Is this mean how tall is a person? Is it a spear for an orc? Spear for a dwarf?
So it's around about let's see, a little bit shorter than me maybe. So it's
So
I
overall
would
length of
say
the spear is probably going to be about 5.5 feet or so, something like that.
something around there. Oh, hang on, I'm looking at Marcus's character sheet and I can't see anything that
Cough,
helps.
Yari, cough, Yari, cough.
There's
say
no,
Yari.
to be fair, I don't think he know. I don't think Dotson actually.
I'm
knows
6'3". How big
There you
are
go.
you?
I would be a half elf, so probably about the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was around about my height.
There you go.
Actually, the highest value you can roll in the player's handbook for a drow is 5'5".
Yeah, but it's a half.
Highest.
It's a half drow.
Elves are shorter than humans,
Yeah.
so you'll
It's
trend
okay.
more towards like 5 something.
Okay.
Because it's a half drow. Depending on exactly which side of the bloodline is stronger, that's why I wasn't too
Yeah.
worried about being a taller,
Papa was a
taller half
soldier.
elf for it.
Yeah.
Incredibly Lorg woman.
If Papa was a soldier, Mama was a fucking.
I will know roughly how high he is, and I will raise or lower my hand as appropriate to show the chap behind the
Right,
counter.
well, I mean, like, yeah.
How
So if we go with like a spear being about 5.5 foot should be about right for terms of like balance and stuff. So he says he's a druid. So I mean, like,
It's a druid, yeah. So
what's his fighting style like? Is it going to be the sort of, like I say, is it a spear that we throw? Is it a spear that he's going to be using it one-handed with a shield? Is
well-
he using it two-handed? I need to know so I can design it properly.
When I left him, he was training to become a monk. Don't know.
Right. Okay, right. Well, that's that makes things a little bit trickier. I can probably I can make something, but I mean it's not. I need to talk to the guy who's going to be. I mean, is it like a present?
It will kind of be, yeah. He's busy doing that, and I said I'd go fetch a blade for him. If we could, is there any way you could show me how it's tied or how it's bonded, so that if he decides he wants to change it for something else, say he finds like a magical stick or something, that he might be able to refasten it.
Power.
Well, I mean, for the easiest way, the easiest way that you can go about fitting an already shaped blade to some form of spear or shaft is that you split the shaft at the top end, you wedge the piece inside it, and then you wrap it up with binding of some type, and then you'll like use some form of resin or something to try and seal it. Now, exactly how good that's going to be depends upon a number of things, mostly regarding the quality of the materials that you're using.
Okay, right. In that case, how about I pay you for something that you think might be suitable for them, and then I'll give you a bit extra, and if you can give me some more of the materials that you've used for it, in case they decide to change their mind, much like a gift receipt, and they want something slightly different, then we can probably find someone to help us out on the road.
Right, I can.
Sound good?
Sorry, have you got the piece that you want to add to the spear?
Yes, and I will show him the crystalline dagger, I believe it was, wasn't it?
But there's that one, and then you had the other metal one.
Yeah, the metal one as well, which it's metal, so it's not going to really.
Well, it's not.
be
It's
all that
fake.
good.
It's like fake gold
It-
situation, like where it's.
It's actually metal ore basically. It's
iron pyrite.
it's made out. Yeah, no, it's made out of the unprocessed metal, so it's like the flecks of the metal that are within the rock ore itself.
It's still metal then.
Yeah. Right. Well, I mean, normally a spear wouldn't be too much of an expensive thing to make. Essentially, it's just a sharp stick or a sharp piece on the end of a stick, so it's not normally something to be that expensive. But if you're a monk, then it's all to do with balance.
Yeah, that's what I had assumed.
Well, let's see now. The material as well, and he gets out an abacus and one of his books, and he flicks through the book, and you see it's a book that's full of like different weapon designs, and he's like flicks through. Is that right? Okay, so that one there.
Can I look over his shoulder as he's doing that?
Yeah, you can look over it. What languages do you understand?
Common, Elvish, Undercommon, and Thieves' Cant.
You recognise that there's a bunch of pictures, but a lot of them basically they're just like different shapes of swords and different shapes of spears, arrowheads, that sort of stuff with it. But you're not recognising any of the script or any of the text that's written with them as well.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so he's flicking through, and he's flicking through quite quickly, and he's not really looking as he's moving the beads back and forth in the abacus. But you get the feeling that he knows what he's doing. It's not just like this isn't just like a show that he's putting on. It's like he knows what his numbers are without needing to look. He can split his attention that way. So he's just like flicking through stuff. He goes, right, okay, yes, then that one there, moved into right. Okay, well, for 15 gold, I can fit this to a shaft that should be able to work properly for what what your person's requirements are. Because normally, what a lot of monastic traditions that I've worked with and provided weapons for in the past is they'll have the wooden weapon shaft will be in some way reinforced. But of course, obviously being a druid, you don't like metal, which is why you brought me this other piece here. So I'm going to have some limited options what I can do for that. So I can make something. And I can also provide you with the materials to refit the blade should it come loose, because I've never worked with this material, so I don't know how effective it's going to be. But I can sort you out basically a weapon and the kit to go with it for 15 gold, and it'll take me most of the rest of today to actually put the first one together for you.
Fantastic. Here you go.
Thank you very much.
I'll hand him the money.
He takes the money from you. And he makes a note in his books to basically keep a track of the order that he's doing. Then he's basically, right, if you give me the rest of the day, if you come back tomorrow morning, and I should have this all ready for you.
I shall see you then.
Okay, folks. And I'll tell you then when you go back in the morning. If you want to make a note of the fact that you've got this, you have got a crystal bladed Yari. And you have like a repair kit for that weapon.
Okay, cool.
Repair / upgrade kit. And I'm also going to send you. I'll send you the message for it because it's in your possession at the moment. There you go, so that's that. Right, I think we've covered everyone in terms of the things that they were mainly looking at doing at this time.
Yes. I mean,
Because Azra's been to school and knows what his progression is available. Yes.
Hi.
Nakis has been doing some studying and knows what his available progression is.
Yep.
Marcus is still studying, getting his ass handed to him and knows what his progression is.
ouch.
Perry's been doing a little bit of reading and stuff and knows an element of his progression.
Yay.
And Dotan knows what they currently have in their inventory.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant stuff. What we're going to do then is we're going to take a 10-minute break here. So it gives me a chance to go for a whiz and grab myself a snack. And so we shall be back in 10 minutes time. So you guys can refresh your drinks and such.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Marcus.
Hello, and
Excellent
we're
welcome back to the
back.
stream.
We were having a rather heated discussion about banjos and PTSD. So, if everyone is here, if everyone has returnified, then you've all had the results of your time, of your last moments of your last few days of prep time, before heading into the dungeon. So what we can potentially do off the back of this as well, is we can start your journey into the your actual examination, Raggedy.
Enter the dungeon.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Shall we have a small interaction first so I can get this?
I think yes. Get
the
you,
weapon off
I think getting you. So yes. Is everyone here? Grav, I haven't heard your
I'm
voice.
here,
You're here.
I'm
Cool.
back, I'm back.
So on your Friday, your Friday or the Thursday night, Friday morning, however you're going to go for that, you're returning back to the guild hall. and you're all back in your barrack again. Actually, no, I'm even going to load that one up. I'm even going to load that one up. So bear with. That reminds me, Perry. You have the? You should be able to find the link for this secondary game. It should be in the pinned messages in the Discord. Because I need to assign your character sheets to you, Perry.
The Dungeon 2.0.
Yes.
I'm gonna go find that again.
Dun, 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 dun.
Look at all that Wayne Reynolds artwork. Wayne Reynolds.
Yeah, it's just something that would that I could use as a splash screen because I do need to get some other stuff done.
Hopping over.
Oh, you know what? I know what I need to play if Perry dies. I play Barbarian.
You know what you need to do is a multi-class and be a barbarian.
Unfortunately,
Okay, so-
you can't cast while raging, so
He
I
just
don't
plays
even know
it
from
like he
me.
just plays a club with a string on it.
Oh, there's a hunting horn from Monster Hunter there. Smack them and it plays a tune.
Sorry, are we switching over to the other game? I didn't catch
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Switch over switch over to the other game. Yeah, and I'm gonna put you guys because I need to borrow his sheet. Can you stop playing music for just a second, buddy? Just for the moment. Just going through all this and get everyone assigned their things because you guys are going to be having some interazione time here.
I'm all good with going into the dungeon, but before we start anything too strenuous, can we just not? Because I don't think my brain's going to handle
Yeah.
it.
So it is. There is going to be enough of a thing to get you. Actually, what we'll probably do is we'll probably end up having you guys spending your time here in your barracks, discussing what you need to discuss and having whatever conversation you're going to have, and then we'll end the session with you stepping through the portal.
Okie dokie.
In
Can we
terms of
scream for
time.
Azeroth, or is that too meta?
Well, it wouldn't really make any sense. Azeroth doesn't exist here, but there you go. But you guys are you're there in your barrack, and so I hand the floor over to the party there then.
How beat up am I on the scale of like?
You've
One
got a lot
being
of
nothing,
bruises,
10.
you've got a lot of bruises, you're a bit achy.
I still smile.
I need, your mask looks very weird when you smile. I need to add to you guys, the other stuff that you've got, because what I'll do is I'll add the extra item to Marcus's.
Oh, right. Can we magic it that as I was coming back into the barracks, I grab one of those bows from the place?
Yeah, you need to get a bow, didn't you?
From the armory.
Yeah, I was going to say that I did that on the way up.
Yeah, we can because I thought we
I'll
had covered that one.
I'll add that into
I'm
my,
going to amend Marcus's character sheet to take into account the weapon that has been given to him.
Okay, brilliant. Yeah, Marcus will greet everyone as they come in. What time is it given? Would it be after training? Like, would be training completed at this point?
Yeah. So you've done as much training as you're able to do. This is basically like your late afternoon, early evening before of the Friday before you head into.
Okay.
Before you're going to head into the dungeon.
Yeah.
For yourself. So we'll say this is your last night before you actually do your exam. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, for God's sake, that's awesome.
Yeah, Marcus will greet them as if he's not seen them in like a very, very, very long time. He'll be like, "Oh, hello, welcome back. How have you been?"
My brain hurts. I've been studying.
I've also been studying.
How have the studies gone?
My crotch hurts.
My brain hurts.
I
Wait,
just
what?
I feel great.
I just wave him away and just keep walking.
I don't understand what crotches have to do with studying, but I'm glad you guys had a nice time out there. I too have been studying.
Big thumbs up.
Can I roll to see if it goes over Marcus's head?
I think it's safe to say it will go over Marcus's head.
There you go.
Don't-
Yeah.
you
I've
don't
got
need
my
to roll
short
for
bow now.
Um,
Awesome.
I too have been studying, just less on the.
Can I
Yeah.
roll to see if, like, while Azra was busking, he saw what's his name? Forget which one's which. Is Perry? Is it Perry that was looking for sex books?
Yes. Very
Can I
Perry.
can I like, roll to see if while Azra was busking, blending into the crowd, if he saw Perry go into any questionable bookstores?
No, I don't think you would have done because you were busking, and that would have been done in the taverns, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So I don't think you wouldn't have had the opportunity to do that.
Fair enough.
But I like the you're thinking.
I've got a present for you.
Me?
For you, yes. There you go.
Yeah. Silence, or I'll thrust my rod at you.
Yeah, I thrust my pointy sheath. There you go. So it's
Lightly jabs him in the chest with it.
Yeah.
Just
It's,
the Peter Griffin thing.
It's the Yari that I got the blade from one place, and I had someone else put it on the end of this stick, and also I've got some bits and bobs here in case it needs repair, because generally with one of these he said he'd put reinforcement down it, but you being a druid that wouldn't really help. So
Oh, thank
He's,
you. How much do I owe you?
whatever.
Well, I don't really understand what whatever means.
Just
as
give him a
currency. Is
friendly-
that more of a drow thing, or
Azra shouts from the background, just give him a bear hug.
Yes.
Like literally bear hug. I mean, turn into a bear and hug him.
no bear hug.
It wasn't enough money to worry about. It's fine.
Marcus just humbly bowed and then take. He was like, "Thank you."
There is one thing though.
Hmm.
Don't just hit people with it when we need them to get hit. Just,
That's
you
what
know.
I've been trying to practice. So most of my
Yeah.
practice has been me getting hit again. So I don't know. I have to wait and see how it goes. I guess.
You know what? That's generally how it starts.
Well,
To learn
if you need any practice using finesse weapons, I'm right here.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
We'll
well,
have to wait and see how this turns out for all of us. But I'm sure I will be more useful now.
I spent my week in the Bard College learning stuff and learning how I can translate general wizardry into a form of bardic magic. And it worked for the most part. I figured out a few things. I can turn simple spells into musical notation now, so... And it works, more or less. I tried turning somebody into a chair and it became a table, but... It's a new table in the library now, so...
Perry looks mildly upset by this.
Suitably appalled.
It was my first try. I did well.
I'm sure somebody in the college can cast dispel magic, right, guys?
I'm sure someone will pick up on the fact that there's like a
What it
table with a
is,
face in the middle
like,
of it at some point.
it's like it was one of Azra's spells. So like the moment he like left the room, he just went poof and turned back into a human again, or whatever race it was.
No.
So you start making enemies
No.
around the world.
I actually haven't made any enemies. I've been quite good. I've been attentive to my studies. I even made some cash while I was there. So I've been doing quite well. I'm turning over a new leaf, as it were. No more stealing from dead people and stealing from Darius and generally being weird.
I think the word for that is stealing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard a thing about the Saturday game. Would we have known about that during our travels during the week? Might we have heard
What
anything?
happened in the
as we've done it?
Saturday game?
You.
Would we have heard anything?
Because of the fact I don't actually yet know what the full outcome of that event is.
I heard that one of them had to
Find
have
out
their arm
later.
Not yet, no. But if
Okay.
if that changes, I will let you know. Because these I need to know because that hasn't been fully
We heard shouting from the potion store. That's all you need to really.
It
No,
wasn't me.
you wouldn't have done. No, you wouldn't have done because you weren't there at that time. But you may have
yeah.
heard. You may have heard.
Rumours.
You've heard rumors that something happened, but you don't know the full information for it.
Tusk? Oh no, not those kind of rumors. Okay.
Gertrude the Gossiper came past, and no one really quite believes her just yet.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Gertie Gossip, they call her. Goddamn Gertie.
Yeah. So it's you've got your Friday night available to
Okay.
me.
Not to be ill-advising on what we should do as a group, but it's been a while since I've tasted alcohol, and it'll be our last night until we have to focus on the dungeon.
I'm sure getting pissed before a big mission is a great idea.
I think with Dotton's permission, we'll be going sober tonight in particular.
I'm not saying getting pissed, but I'd like to try something.
Don't worry, Marcus.
Get a drink.
Don't worry, Marcus. I'll come for a drink with you.
That sounds good. I do not intend to actually get completely drunk, but I just intend to taste something for a little bit. It's been a very long time since I've been able to
Hang
drink
on,
anything.
hang on. He wants to taste something. I'm going to use prestidigitation to make him taste a very faint taste of alcohol. When I can find my character sheet.
Well, what I do, right, is you guys can go to the commissary, as it were, that's within the guild hall. Because obviously
Yeah.
there is a place you can go to get some food.
There you go.
So you can.
Hey, Ezra, do me a favor.
Mm.
Just keep him drunk and out of the room for like an hour.
I get you, huh? Azra makes like very
hour,
subtle
God,
thrusting movements.
That's
Yeah.
encouraging.
You man. Alright, let's go, Marcus.
Just leave, please
Right.
leave.
So, who actually is going to be spending their evening drinking in the Silvertown Adventuring
Yeah.
Guild main?
I'm
Again,
gonna-
he's gonna.
I'll go for a few.
You're
We're
gonna
going to
go
be
for a drink,
social drinking, not
Social
Yeah.
drinking.
get
right.
pissed drinking.
Exactly. Thing. And that's what I was going to say is, on this regard, then anyone who is drinking is going to be taking a Constitution save, and
Oh,
depending
feck.
off the back of that Constitution save, they may end up effectively counting as carousing.
Oh,
No, I disagree. I'm staying home.
Oh no!
You'd promise me you'd keep them out of the
I'm
barracks for
fine.
a while. Go away.
I'm okay.
So,
Oh,
No more
of
hillbillies.
course.
Marcus
I'm
has
good.
Marcus has been that friend on the night out.
I promised I wouldn't.
Marcus has been
Can
that
we
friend.
have
Hey,
him by the
Panda.
end of the night, turning it into a badger and me just having him on a leash?
I promised I wouldn't.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look. See what's happened. Bear me just a second. I'll find.
I don't
find
think
my
polymorph. You
list.
can't cast polymorph, and it also doesn't last very long. I don't. How would you convince him to
What about the,
wild shape while drunk anyway?
I don't think it would
pissed.
take. I don't think it would take much convincing, to be fair.
Not from me. I have a silver tongue. Right?
How about something even more harmless, like a squirrel?
Okay, yeah. Turn him into a squirrel. I'll just have it in my pocket by the time we come back. Because I'm going to make it a point that regardless of what Marcus does, I'm with him to make sure he doesn't do anything really stupid. Well, try and make sure he doesn't do
Also,
anything really stupid.
you need to leave your guitar here and use a different instrument. I don't have one.
I swear, if you get any like weird juices on my loot, I swear. Don't be using it as an insertion technique, please.
No. That sounds uncomfortable. That sounds profoundly uncomfortable anyway.
Yeah, sure.
I wouldn't.
There
I'd
isn't
never.
enough lube in the world.
I leave my guitar and pick up my flute.
Well, okay. So,
Oh, God.
during the night, where when you guys are drinking, so Marcus, Azra, and Anakis are all having themselves a nice, lovely drink.
Well, me and Anakis are having a lovely drink.
Yeah, well, they all have a lovely drink. But at some point during the night, Anakis and Azra kind of lose track of Marcus. They're not quite sure where he's gone.
Oh no.
Is this where he's turned into something stupid and we just can't find him?
You find all of his armor, his hide armor and stuff, is very neatly folded on his bed. So you do find that in that's the only trace of him. So he's got all of basically all of his gear, as it were, is there on his bed.
Az returns to Inakis quickly and just goes, right, we have one or two situations. We have a naked druid running about, or there's a weird animal in town.
Well,
I just shrug and go, well.
Marcus wakes up, is looking around, vaguely recognizing the woods that he's woken up in, and realizes that, and this is like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning sort of time he's waking up for this. So he's waking up well before you guys are noticing that he's not in his bed.
It's sort of happening at the same in the same time frame.
Yeah, well, but it turns like when he's probably going to be getting back to the guild hall about the same sort of time as you guys are noticing that he's not where he should be.
Okay.
And like, so it's going to be one of the things like, where the heck is it? Oh, right, there he is. Because this one, the one that is rolled up for this one, is actually not particularly not particularly dangerous, as it were. So Marcus, you wake up and you have a look around, and being a druid, you're fairly knowledgeable on like locations and stuff. And you wake up in the woods. You realise you're about 2.5 miles from the guild hall. You're surrounded by
Dead children.
No, not dead children. If you go over, I'll tell you exactly what's surrounded by. I just need to roll some
And
dice to
they're
let you know
still
exactly how
standing,
many.
and they're all looking at you.
Oh no.
So
Horror.
you
That's a
are
horror
standing
number.
in a circle of 17 myconids, and I'll tell you exactly what they are in a second.
Oh shit! Hang on. Is that what I think it is?
Well,
I
no,
know what those are.
they're standing in a circle around you, and they're singing you a song that you vaguely remember soothing you during your early childhood. And a myconid. Make sure I get the right page here.
It's a little mushroom
Yeah,
fella,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a gif going around the internet of someone getting punched by one of those. It's fantastic.
I want to see.
Hang on.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep now, little
These,
druid.
but basically cuter. The cuter
You
version
can
of that.
turn into creatures and make everybody upset.
But yeah, so there's these little myconids, and basically you're standing in the middle of what is essentially a fairy ring of these things, and they're singing a little song, just like swaying back and forth as they sing the song.
La 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 la.
That's just scary.
Not quite that creepy. That was, or it's certainly not meant to be quite that creepy.
No, from my experience with the
but
Fae,
yeah,
I wouldn't
it's
put it past them.
Well, they're not Fae. They're not Fae. They're basically they
Not
are
classed as Fae creatures.
They're just
little sentient mushroom creatures.
No, okay.
Hello, friend.
I
You
don't
know-
think they're even classed as Fae for that matter.
There you go.
no,
Placed
they're
it
not.
up into-
And in
into
fact, I know a couple of I know a myconid myself. He's a real fun guy.
No!
Oh!
It's not his fault. They cultivated him that way.
Disadvantaged a lot of you pricks.
I
Yeah,
agree.
they're just sentient plants. They are just sentient plants.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, I
Hello,
found
friend.
that GIF. I pasted it up into Twitch.
Can you direct me the way I need to go home?
If you know you're roughly 2.5 miles away, you've got to know
Yeah.
roughly which direction it is back.
Yeah, you do know. You know roughly where you are. You can get back to. I think. Yeah, they're not that violent. They're much more like the little one that comes in from off camera on the right hand side. Yeah, they're much more like that.
Yeah. He's like, he waves to them goodbye and just leaves.
Yeah, they all wave to you. They wave back to you as you're heading away.
I love making friends.
Yeah, and so you get back to the guild hall, and
Naked.
you're getting back there, and it's like 6:30 in the morning when by the time you actually get back to the barrack.
He's completely naked with nothing but his
Naked.
mouth.
Oh, it's completely naked. So it's up to you whether or not you're shielding yourself or not, I suppose.
Completely
He's a
covered in
druid.
spores.
He's a druid. He's normally naked.
No, he grabs. Do you know that leaf that they usually put in front of genitals and statues? He's just grabbed one of those on the way in. He covers himself with that. Like, hello,
Conveniently,
guys.
gravity defying.
I'll
figure.
quickly get dressed and ready, and then we can carry on with our day.
So
I want to know
is
when we lost him.
well,
I know I promised I wouldn't
at
get
some
drunk, but,
point in the night. At some point in the night, I'm not entirely sure. But also, I think we need a Constitution save from both Dotan and Perry as well. I feel to see how well they.
Oops.
Oh dear.
Wrong hole.
No issue there. I think it's definitely Dotan is incredibly worn out, severe bedhead. Perry is feeling fantastic.
Ready for
Harry's
round
fucking
6.
glowing.
Ready for the next round.
Perry is as smug can be, and Dotan is certainly
Fairly conscious. One of her eyes is twitching.
she's worn out.
She looks like
she's-
dehydrated.
Yeah.
Just
She's,
like, just got like, right. Perry's the girl, right?
No.
No.
It's the easy way around. Right. Okay, Dotan's is just like,
Dotan's the girl.
And there's like a big, there's like, it looks like someone's chucked a bottle of water up the wall.
my first.
The bed sheets are quite stiff.
Wait,
The crack
are we
as you
back
get off
upstairs
stage.
now?
Yeah, so you guys are back in your
Right,
you are
my
back in your
first-
barracks.
Yes,
yeah.
you return to them in bed.
I go straight up to them and go, where the hell's my loot?
It just points at a wall that isn't drenched.
Oh, I've got a perfect picture for this microphone.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
There you go.
Is it the one from Scary Movie?
No, it's the one from the Happy Time Murders.
No.
No, it's not. It's
Oh,
not.
I'm like, ah!
Relax, your loot's fine.
Miss you too, Trex. Miss you too.
Check she's here. Hi,
Yeah,
Jack.
she just popped into the chat. See you in a minute.
Hello.
Stop by.
Hello.
Goodbye,
Miss
friends.
Morning Glory.
Barry doesn't.
I'm waiting to see where this thing that the Grab's going to post as well. I was wondering where he's posting it. Also, I've just noticed, guys, we've got 19 viewers on this. It's crazy. Thank you everyone
Hello.
for coming along and saying hello.
19
19 viewers.
It's entirely because of the appeal of Perry and Dot.
It's gonna take me a minute to find it. Just as you
Alright,
go.
Alright, okay, so Saturday morning, bright and early. You guys are well, you're all here. You're in your barracks.
Morning, people.
Good morning.
It's a great morning.
Can we have like one of them notice that Azra didn't like just get up and massively shout at the top of his lungs, as some like show that he is growing up a little bit?
I think with even with everyone having quite a low passive perception, I'm fairly sure that you'd end up picking up on that. So I think everyone would pick up on that.
I think Marcus is a bit more, I guess.
Still a bit fucked.
No, just
You've
more
been partying
focusing
with
on trying to
alcohol
get
and
dressed completely from the nude in front of everyone to be like, okay, I'll do this really quickly so no one else has to see me naked for too long. So just tries to get dressed as best he
Can
can.
I
without showing
get a
them, like,
perception
drunk.
check to see if I notice his tattoo?
I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, it's anyone who feels they're awake enough. I'll say you're allowed to roll a perception check. So I'm not gonna say who's awake. It's up to you for your characters. Anyone who feels their character is awake and alert enough can roll a perception check.
I reckon Perry's awake enough. He doesn't give a shit. I'm not gonna bother.
I mean, you can always just check to see if you notice. You don't have to say anything about it. Like, oh, you got a tattoo. Done.
Yeah,
You
but
know.
this is Azra.
What was it again? Isn't it a tattoo of the horse or is it the turkey?
It's a tattoo of Sheila and the horse, in like that classic thing of like you know, like the portrait thing where you get a person where the horse is leaning over their shoulder and they're like the sort of
yeah.
thing. Yeah, basically you got a tattoo of that for Sheila and Fang.
I forgot that I did that.
So I noticed this, right, with 15.
Yeah, with the
said it after
15
you
you
just
notice it. Yeah.
Right, so I'm gonna
Trigger
sort of quietly, well, not quietly, but sort of slyly just go, "Hey, Marcus, who's the tiefling?"
Pardon?
Just Wait, she's a tiefling, right?
No, she's a halfling.
No, right.
She's a
okay.
she's a blue halfling.
Bring it back. Hey, Marcus, who's the halfling?
Can I roll an insight to see if I understand what he's going on about or not?
No. You know
Oh,
what's
I know.
going on. You twig that, yeah. You twig
Okay, so slightly embarrassed, but quite like he's trying to put on the. Oh, okay. I guess I should talk.
It's more of a. It's less of being nasty, more of a playful bro banter.
And he's just like, that's a dear friend of mine. I
I
thought that she couldn't stay with our party for too long, so I'd carry her on this journey with me somehow.
Okay, fair enough. I'll accept that.
He says that with as confident as he possibly can pull up. As
No,
if he's like, I'm not phased at all by the
It's just like a bit concerned that you have a picture of a tiefling and a horse on your ass, but
Halfling.
each to their own. Sorry, halfling.
Get it right. If you're gonna talk about Sheila Morning Glory, get it right.
A halfling and a horse.
Put some
on
respect
our ass.
in it, okay?
Oh god,
So I'm just
that
gonna be
gif.
like,
Jesus
okay, cool.
fucking Christ, that gif.
I need to go find it.
You know that scene?
But yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
Where's
That's
the-
basically-
Is it on the Twitch again.
Yeah,
There you go.
that's brilliant.
Oh fucking hell. Well, I'm not putting that. I'm not putting that on the stream view. That's I ain't going on the
Anyone
stream
wants
view.
to click? It's not explicit.
Yeah. Oh dear God.
Only
Right.
just.
Yeah. Oh, very, but for want of half an inch, only just.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's in
Aren't we
14
all?
by 3 instead of 16 by 9.
Put it into portrait view. Right. Okay. So yes, you've got. It is your Friday morning. You can all. We can fast forward you guys through your breakfast.
Everything was vibrating. That felt weird.
Yep. Yeah. Because you still things taste like they're.
I think
they're
I've got
vibrating.
like 2 days left on that.
I
now,
think you got
what's
2-3
that?
days. Yeah. Take care, Trex. Love you. Thanks for stopping by.
Take
Thanks so much.
Goodbye, friends.
Bye.
Bye, Trent.
I never met you, but bye. I think I replaced you. Bye.
Technically, you did.
Are we talking about that?
Yeah, technically. I mean, it's a weird. It
The
was a
reason the
weird thing.
spot's open is because
Yeah, it was a weird one
can't
because
play.
we originally there was a bard, and then
Yeah.
Marcus replaced the original bard, and then when we lost Sheila because of schedule conflicts,
Wow.
then you came in to replace
Yep.
that slot. So technically, I mean, shuffle it around. You're just the returning bard.
Okay.
In terms of shuffle.
that
Yeah,
works.
so we shall then have you guys. You are summoned. You are summoned to the to the barrack hall. So bear me a second. We'll then just turn off the ambience.
I'm gonna have that Azra like smartens himself up, puts his like fancy ass suit on along the way.
The
Just
one
for
he
aesthetic
stole from a
purposes.
the one he stole from a fucking cadaver.
It's
That
fine.
fancy suit.
it's not stealing if they can no longer own it because they're dead.
Exactly. And it was a church of the god of loss. So
It was a
it's
gift.
fine. Yeah.
I got your back.
Yeah.
So, so this is the scene that you see before you. There are 4 mages who are very clearly there on
Here we
the
are, 3
posters there.
mages on the quest.
They're very clearly they're preparing their magics and stuff in such a way you can see that they've each got their own thing they're doing where they're getting ready to channel magical energies and such. And the well armored dwarf standing in front of you, 3 of you recognise as being McCormack. And he does then step forward. You know, he steps forward to where he is now, and he speaks thusly. He says, "Hello again, there, candidates, or should I say, recruits. Now at this time, I'll be brief, as you are now already aware of how these things work. At the very least, you should be. Nothing has changed except the difficulty level. You will now be subjected to a more dangerous level of 4 whilst in the dungeon scape. And should you survive and pass this dungeon, you will be accepted as journeyman of the guild. Have you got any questions or anything at all?"
Marcus slightly raises his hand.
Yes, you.
Should we survive?
Well, yes. You think we're going to just accept anyone who in? You know, you need to actually prove that you are powerful enough, strong enough to survive what we can throw at you, so you can be trusted to act accordingly in the field.
My question is, the fail state is death. Question mark?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you fail, then yeah. If you die, you're gonna fail.
Okay, just double checking.
I raise my hand next.
Yes.
Is Krelm coming back for this dungeon?
I'm guessing that was the spectator that you had with you. No, on this one, this dungeon is a little bit different. This is a more focused one. There's more power within it. We're able to observe you via the magic of the dungeon itself.
Oh, thank the Lord.
Aw, Dothan looks deflated. She liked Chrome.
Azra goes to raise his hands, realizes his situation, and puts it back down.
Right. Well, so should you
Marcus makes a
survive?
small comment about how that's the most he's ever heard a Naka speak. Like,
Should
oh,
you survive, you'll be able to proudly proclaim, "I am a Silver Talon adventurer." So take your positions and prepare for the dungeon portal to be opened. Oh, and one other thing. And basically, he goes to turn away and then turns back to you. He goes, one other thing. Before you return, I want you all to decide upon who you want to be your team leader. It won't really matter much, as I expect you all to work together well at all times. I just want to know who I should blame if you ever fuck up.
I dibs
Right.
on the sorcerer. He says that without even thinking.
Tinkering.
Think about it whilst you're in the dungeon scare. And then he turns to his companion, the very well dressed
Of course, my mother would
and
start fucking
berobed
losing right now,
elf.
wouldn't she?
Oh, actually, while we're gone, Mr. Dwarf,
Yes.
does housekeeping happen when we're gone? There's a bit of a mess in barracks.
Azra just hangs his head in utter disappointment.
I apologize profusely.
Ilaran send them, and this particular one I don't care if he comes back.
Well,
Right.
we
And
know
then
who we're running away from.
Ilaran steps forward and he says, "Good luck, my darlings. Now, my friends, my companions here, if you would care to channel your energy in the ways I've shown you before." And he lapses into a very rapid high elven mixed with celestial. And to those of you who can understand that language, you can understand what it's kind of what it's like. You know the cadences and the phrases that he's using in terms of, like, you can just about hear it, but it's like trying to listen to someone who's speaking two languages at the same time incredibly rapidly. So
It's
you
one of those.
very quickly like lose track of what's going on. And sure enough, just a moment later, clump, there is a portal.
That graphic though.
So yes, and right, step forward, a step through the dungeon, a step through
I'll
to
hold
the
my
dungeon.
nose and
Well, I've gone back to
will step
McCormack.
through.
It should be good. Step forward through the dungeon, my
I
dears.
move like with Marcus, like my sort of hand on his shoulder, being like, "We'll be okay."
Right, bear with me a second.
Yes.
Let me just put you actually load up that map and put you all in.
You can't see it, but a sweat drop just goes down his face as he's
Yes, and mine. I'm sorry, I don't want to do
He's
it.
taking small steps forward.
Right, bear with
Small,
me just
small
a
steps.
moment.
Jump straight in the middle.
Every moment he got taken down by a wolf is running through his mind right now.
I just play like a somber chord to like try and calm him down a little bit.
I'm trying to find the sound that I used to use. There you go, that's the one I want. So, who's going to step forward first?
I think I
Harry will, if no one's volunteering, since he's
I
got-
think
he's a chunky
I think
boy.
Dothan
Well,
was the first one to step
Yeah,
forward.
Dothan was the one to put themselves on the
So,
teleportation thing.
Dothan stepping in first then, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say when I see the map, I'll let you know. What? Poof.
Whew. I really appreciate these production values.
Why has that not come up and shown up exactly what's going on with it? Bear with me a second.
Reverse. We need to go back, Marcus.
Why can...
Yeah.
No,
Bear
Unfortunately,
with me
I
a
think it's a
second.
bit late to go back to where we came from. Marcus is actually gripping his Yari with the force
just
of a
got,
god.
like,
It's just like,
as-
Bear with me a
Stop.
second, guys.
Like
the map's
meta
done-
playing like
The map has
like
done
the
a,
Doctor
done
Who
a, done
thing.
a, the map's done a weird thing. Bear with me a
That's fine.
second.
I understand. I've been trying to DM with Roll20 and it's very odd.
Can you actually see anything, Amir Dossa?
I can see a black square.
I know why it's done it. Okay, let's try that again, shall we?
Let's.
Poof!
Yeah, there we go.
So,
I still can't see shit.
no, I know you can't because that's not you're not on the thing yet. So, Dotan steps forward or steps through the portal. Who then steps through afterwards?
Hey,
Perry. Oh.
oh, Perry then. I go to step forward and Perry just goes, nope.
Okay, I'm really gonna need that light cantrip pretty soon here.
I can supply that, so I'll go through that.
Yeah, so can I. I've got dancing lights because prettiness.
I've just got a light cantrip and I can just cast
Dancing lights is a little bit different on that bit.
Cast it on my
we'll have
sword.
Azra. We'll have Azra go through next. There you go.
I'll react when it comes up.
It should have come up by now.
No, it's still black.
Just double check your character, your token. No, hang on. I see why. You're a half elf.
Half elves have dark vision.
Yeah.
I do. Awesome.
Yeah, 60 feet.
Ooh.
There you go.
Oh,
Pretty much
that's what's
everything
happening.
except humans and halflings has dark
Yeah.
vision.
Who's going through next?
Me.
Oh, this place looks scary already.
Shouldn't have said anything.
I see
No,
thing.
that was internal monologue. You didn't hear that.
To be honest, I'm like, I didn't hear what was going on.
Nothing was said. I said it to myself.
Internal monologue, apparently.
Last but not least, we have
So,
then
I freeze
Marcus.
first.
Oh.
He's gonna he freezes on the spot first. He's like sweating. He's holding a spear. He's like, okay. Okay.
It's
I'm
Shh.
gonna move
Sorry.
over to Marcus, like pat him on the shoulder, and be like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Kill.
I'm not even in there yet.
No, Marcus isn't there
Pat
yet.
him on the back.
You
I'm not there
guys
yet.
are all in now, but yeah.
Right.
So Marcus
He's
isn't
gonna-
in yet.
He's gonna make a quick prayer to you know who,
Mm-hmm.
and then he's gonna like
Lord
force himself on
Voldemort?
he forces himself on the teleport.
Momonga.
He can regret it.
Oof.
Bowser.
And as Marcus steps through,
Oh, no.
the teleport circle that was there fades away.
Okay, we're here. It's okay.
Chill.
Right, so
Yeah.
before anything happens, just so Perry can possibly see, because I'm assuming because he's a halfling, can he immediately cast light on his buckler that he's carrying?
Yeah, that'll do.
Light is 20-foot light, 40-foot dim light, isn't
I
it?
think it's 30-30. I think it's the same as a torch.
20. Let's see. 20 foot bright and 20 foot dim.
Oh, it is.
All right, okay, so that's that one then. So boom, there you go.
Aha.
Cool beans.
Marcus,
Oh,
I don't think
like those
I don't think I
pillar
have
shadows.
dark vision either. So I'm also gonna. Oh no, I do. Never mind. I thought I didn't. Oh fuck me.
I'd rather not.
Yeah, I'm spoken for.
I was just gonna say, I'll leave the fucking to the others.
But just to be different, I'm going to make Perry's light. I can make it like any colour I want to say, so
Your mic keeps cutting out, buddy.
no, fuck it.
How are you making it?
Blue.
Blue.
Yep, a blue light.
That's very Perry.
Right. Okedy pokedy pokes. So yes, guys, this is what you see before you. As you can see there is some stuff regarding shadows and things. I've gone a little bit more in depth with these maps because these ones are going to become used for a little bit longer with a little bit of luck. But yeah, this is the.
Can we have
this
a brief description of the room? Because there's a lot of stuff going on in here.
Can see basically everything that you can see. So when you're looking around, the room, Dotan, Perry, and Anakis, you are sort of struck by a sense of deja vu in that you get the feeling that this is very, very similar to the dungeon that you were in before. All of the like the decoration in terms of like the statues, tables, bowls, and that sort of stuff. There, it's all. If you go around inspecting them, they feel really enough, and that there's some weight to them, but they also kind of feel like they're almost not really there as well. You get the feeling that this whole area is definitely everything that's here is summoned and created of the same stuff. There's a very, very much that sort of feeling that these the things that are on the ground or on the tables and that sort of stuff, they're not going to be things that you can really keep with you. Much like the last dungeon you went to.
Oh, so no loot.
No loots.
Are those chests at the top and the bottom of the room?
Yes, and upon inspection, they are just empty chests.
I'm just thinking it might be handy if we go off in one direction and then come back to be able to store stuff in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can. Yeah, they're usable, but there's nothing immediately there for you guys to take and use yourselves.
So we didn't. I'll address the rest of the group. We didn't really get any instructions on what to do here. We just were basically told don't die. So we had to fetch something from 4 different directions, 4 different areas previously. I'm explaining this to the 2 that weren't here last time.
Mm-hmm.
And once they were together, there was like a ritual we had to perform in order to create the portal that brought us back again. We didn't get any such instruction here, so I think we should just start having a look around and try not to die, like McCormack told us.
Yes. So, funny fact, I'm not quite an adventurer. This is my first dungeon. So yeah, this is my first. I need help, I guess. I don't know what happens here, so I just don't want to die here. I'll be honest.
It's really straightforward. Don't step on anything and don't die.
Can I
kill everything you see.
Can I see if Azra is able to notice any traps or anything within the room currently?
I'd say stay behind me, unless I'm going on a flanking mission.
I mean, with regards to looking for traps, generally speaking, that's what you need to do. Is you can have a perception check, as I can cast an eye around the room to see if anything seems out of place, or if there's anything in particular you're looking for, you can investigate a specific area to look for traps. So when you're looking for traps, that sort of stuff, it's the same as whenever you're looking for anything else. It all depends on exactly.
Just looking for like slightly raised like tiles or misplaced brickwork or something like that.
Yep, sure. Okay, let's have a perception roll from you.
I like to think my perception rolls are usually pretty good, so let's hope.
Well, jinxed it.
Party stands alongside.
I was about to say.
Well, we just got raided, guys. We just got raided. Who's raiding us? Gems just raided us. Thank you for that, baby. How was No Man's Sky? I hope it was an absolute blast for you. I saw you playing that. Yes, you just as I joined in, you got attacked by what looked like a plant, which seems safe, obviously. But with a perception of 14, no, you don't see anything. Nothing stands out to you as being particularly worthy of note.
Is that there isn't everything, or I just don't notice it?
Same difference.
Same difference in GM language.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't notice
cool.
anything.
So I just sort of, with a little confidence, saying this room is cool. We shouldn't set anything off. Hopefully.
Can I have Dotan, Perry, and Anakis give me a history check quickly, please?
History.
Yep.
All right, sheer dumb luck. Let's go.
Sheer dumb luck. Perhaps I should send Smugglerfy you and Mr. Potter into a pocket watch. That way one of you may be untamed.
Oh.
So,
Wow.
Dotan, you're completely clueless on this bit.
What day is it?
Anakis,
What's happening?
Anakis, you're not 100% sure either. But I will say it out loud what I always remember, which is that you do remember that the last time you did one of these, that the central hub room that you started in was somewhat securable, but it was the spectator that was with you that was securing it magically before, so you're not entirely sure exactly how safe this room is, but you do remember that previously this, your hub room was considered to be like a, for all intents and purposes, the safe spot.
So in essence, I mean, this is, if we were to set up camp here, it would be just like setting up camp in woods. There's just as much chance of something like creeping through a door while we're asleep.
Maybe.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
Oro just remembers, Perry just remembers that previously, when you were here before, when you were in the last dungeon, that the central point, the hub room, was considered to be a quote unquote safe room. That's as much as is remembered.
If anybody's got a dungeoneering kit, we could always jam pythons under the door.
I've got a burglar's kit. I've got some of those.
Oh, burglar's kit comes with pythons. Okay.
Yes.
I've got an explorer's pack, so I'm a little less lucky.
I have a backpack of bedrolls, some extra clothes, rations, water skin, rest kit, tinderbox, and some really nice clothing.
Sounds like an explorer's kit to me.
Yeah, I think it was the explorer's kit.
Right.
I think it was the only one that made. I think it was the only one that made sense for you. Because I think the other thing was like a scholar's pack, which just didn't make sense for you.
Entertainer's kit, probably.
Oh yeah, that would have been it,
Which might have made sense.
Mine's basically the same, except I've got a crowbar and a hammer.
yeah. We
Which
need
I
something to
keep
get the
trying to
pittance
use.
in with and get them back out.
Yes.
So,
Exactly.
it is up to you guys then how you would like to proceed and progress from here.
Next.
Marcus, this is all you, dude. This is your first time. You can pick which door we go through. Which door is it going to be?
So yeah, you
okay.
do notice that there
Choose
are
wisely.
doors. There are doors to the
No
north, south,
pressure.
east, and west. There's nothing that differentiates the doors from each other. There's no signs or anything at all. There's nothing that seems to say that one way is more or less important than the other. There's nothing that seems to say that one way is more or less dangerous than any other. They are, to all intents and purposes, indistinguishable from each other.
So can we more or less say that the room is created as we open the door?
You don't know.
Yeah, I don't think as long as one of us is in a room, we can just assume that room exists. And I dare say they make it so that last time if we went into an area and then went off to another area and we had to revisit a previous area, things had appeared again.
Yeah.
So
I'm lucky to shut out the memories of this.
Like,
fucking spiders, for example.
it's always fucking.
I'm going to assume also that week we did training as a long rest.
Yes, you had a long rest during that time. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You've had, like,
I had to do that.
A whole 7 long rests.
You've had several long rests
cool.
prior to actually entering the
Okay,
dungeon. So you are coming into this this raggedy, your randomly
Completely
generated
refreshed.
dungeon experience as fresh and clean as can be.
Well, I don't know about those two.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, we had 6 long rests.
as numerically fresh and clean as can be.
Right.
Yeah.
Come on, Perry. Let's.
Just pick a
Actually,
door.
no. We're waiting for. We're waiting for Marcus to pick a dog because this is his first adventure. Choose your fate. Come on.
Give me a second.
Just do that thing they do in like Japan where they just drop a stick in the middle and then whichever way it falls is which way we go.
That works.
Right is always the right way. I entered facing this direction, so this way.
I was just gonna say, isn't the general rule of like dungeons and labyrinths is hug the left wall?
Yes, but that usually doesn't work for me, so let's go this way.
Okay.
In terms of, I don't like hugging the left walls. Left is the bad side, isn't it? Isn't the right side the good side? Like the left hand of, I guess, whatever god the saying would go for in here.
Let's talk in more water and come on.
Your move!
I don't want to lead actually, so I'm gonna stay behind Perry. But that's the door of which I want us to go through.
Jumps back to the other side of the room like, nope!
No, wait, what am I doing? Getting caught up in the moment.
I would like to, if Perry can open the door, I would like to go through hand crossbow first.
Okay.
All right, Perry will
I'm
open
going
the
to pull out
door.
my bow ready.
All right. Okay. So Perry test the door, and it's it's very clear there's a latch, and like you turn the handle and the door opens. And let me
I was just going to stop them beforehand, see if we can hear anything on the other side of the door.
No, he said he wants to open the door, so.
No, that's fine. Go for it.
Wouldn't make any difference anyway, would it?
No, not really. Come on, lads. Onto the breach. Forward onto war, as it were.
Are we going to take a look at this first room?
Let's just scroll that down there for you a little bit.
I would like to do a quick check for traps down there.
From here, you're checking for traps. See what you
Yeah.
can see. Basically,
Yeah.
the bit of the corridor you're about to pass through.
Yeah, literally just to make sure like there isn't anything
Okay,
right
so
on the other
let's
side of the
have
door.
an investigation roll from you then, please. You do not see any traps. You can see there is a glowing portal at the end of the corridor.
Yeah, I see
You are
that.
struck by deja vu.
That sounds suspicious to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Perry's just gonna follow
And
my PM.
stop! There, everyone stop moving.
Roll
You
for
two-
initiative, suckers!
Yes, indeed.
Great.
Oh, excellent.
What have you done? Come...
The walls are angry at us.
That's just a roll, isn't it?
It's the
Oh,
there's,
I wasn't
select your,
selected.
make sure you have your token selected,
yeah.
and then you click the initiative from your character sheet.
Initiative. There we go.
Oh, for pity's sake.
Oh, good. I'm not first.
Bear with me a second. So these are these. Okay, cool.
There's going to be goblins again, isn't it?
Maybe
Gribble, grabble, grubble.
it might be. It might be. It might not.
I will warn you, my brain is starting to shut down.
That's fine. We're not going to be going on for a huge amount longer here. Because we're going to be potentially having just 1 or 2 rounds of combat here.
Cool.
DK, I'll just let you know as well. Not entirely sure if I'll be using them that much here, but I don't have any of my animal forms dragged onto this.
They should be there. I just may not have made them visible to you yet. Bear me a second.
Okay, that's fine.
I think might need to adjust.
Okay, what circle is Marcus?
I'll circle
Yeah.
of dreams, I believe, is the Volo one for healing.
Yeah, that's the real healing one. That's what I thought. Okay.
They should bring out a healing monk, like a really awesome healing monk. Punch someone, heal someone next to you.
They had that in
Brigitte?
Arcana for a while, but it eventually didn't make it into Xanathars.
I
It's
thought,
just
yeah.
Brigitte
Sounds
in
like
her
a support
passive.
monk in Diablo 3.
Yeah, I was going to say it's like Brigitte in Overwatch where she hits
Yeah.
heals like a healing thing.
There's
around
I saw a homebrew on Tumblr for monks that was all about like, it's very WoW inspired, like monks having tea and stuff, and they'd throw it around, and I was just like, oh,
Okay, so
great.
Perry, you are the first one to act. Why don't you give me a perception roll quickly, please? Okay.
Well,
Well,
I suppose Perry will, in lieu of anything better to do. he's going
before
to-
he does make his move, actually, though, I'll say for having stepped forward in this bit, actually, it would make a lot of sense. Everyone else, give me a perception roll as well, as you're stepping forward into this corridor. So, aside from Perry, everyone who hasn't already done so. So, Marcus has got no clue what's going on. He's like completely. He's just like looking around himself.
He's too busy
at the
panicking.
world. He's like, yeah. So he's on the verge of a panic attack almost.
There are trees here, the grass, the bushes. I don't even sense an animal.
But
Can I just turn to Marcus and just like do the anime karate chop on his head thing, be like shush?
yeah, sure. Why
Just
not?
as a thing, just
Why not?
calm the fuck down.
But Anakis and Dotan, I will send both of you a message on Discord.
Oh god,
Oh boy.
it's a conspiracy. We're all gonna die.
Yeah, well, yep.
It's a fucking Balrog.
Well, I'm gonna wait to see if Dotton like points anything out, and then after that, if not, I do have a turn lined up. I have my plans made.
How many of these fucking things are you throwing at us on the first fucking floor?
Like 30.
Fuck is this shit?
Hard mode, bitches.
Fucking survival mode. We need to stop and eat and drink when we get dehydrated and fall over.
Could be.
Am I able to reach across, tap Perry, point in both directions, and then point at my ears?
Yeah. But whether or not he understands what that means is anybody's guess.
Harry will nod as if he understood what it meant.
Harry, listen out on either side of the room so we can have sex.
Can he roll a perception or something?
I already
No,
did.
he did. He
So
did. He did roll a very good one.
Harry
No,
is
fair enough.
going to cast.
I think he means like an insight or perception on to see if he can figure out what
Yeah,
Dotan
what I
actually
meant.
meant with the signals.
No, I haven't already done the perception roll previously about
Okay.
trying to see that it kind of like negates that.
I just noticed
Should
something
have a fifth spell here.
that is a bit of a flaw in my plan to bring a bow in the fact that I only brought one arrow.
You would have a bundle of 20. You would have a bundle of 20 arrows.
Oh, so I need to
A
change
bow,
that to...
yeah, a bow would come with 20 arrows.
But I just dragged the short bow over and it just says 1 arrow.
Yeah, no, you just need you just need to manually adjust it to say 20 arrows.
Alright, I'll do that.
What's Perry gonna do?
Is it 20, yeah?
Okay.
20, yeah.
Cool.
Well, the compendium's being a little nasty. I'll just cast Bless on myself, Dotton, and Ernakis.
Okay.
Oh, I see how it is. We're the expendables.
So I think Bless is the ability to add a D4 to something, isn't it, basically?
Yeah, attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws.
Yeah.
Maybe not ability checks. I don't really remember.
I think it is.
At least attack rolls and saves.
Yeah.
Probably ability checks.
So,
I can always just click it and see what happens.
that might be a good
Yeah.
idea. There is a
Oh yeah, just attack rolls and saving throws.
there's a shuffling and a shambling and a grambling and a growling.
Yeah, let me find a good icon for Bless here in the
Marcus.
I need to look up an ability or a spell description at the moment because I have it, but it's not one of my spells.
What?
There, that's a good Bless.
That is a good plus. I'm gonna have that. And it's lasts for a minute, doesn't it?
Yes.
But
10
it
rounds.
is concentration. So if you take a Pagarin, then it may drop.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to use. I have no idea what's going on. I'll be honest. So he's gonna just do what he knows best. I'm trying to find the explanation to my spells.
Someone's watching
Catchphrase.
Catchphrase, yeah.
That's on in the background.
It's really sad that we recognise it
Yeah.
just from that. Mr. Chips.
What's Mr. Chips doing?
Nothing yet.
It's
Okay.
good, but it's not right.
Besides,
I think
the original catchphrase is better. I know this rubbish remake it.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use bark skin on myself.
It's like Crystal Maze.
Yep.
Sex with your cousin. It's good, but it's not right.
I'm gonna tap myself on the shoulder and cast bark skin.
Oh, good for you.
So I have 16 AC at a minimum.
Let's find an appropriate token attribute thing for you. Shall we? Let's give you that one.
I thought I had more armor, but I kidded myself somehow. Oh yeah, because I took off a shield now. I don't have a shield anymore.
Yeah, but
Okay.
you have your target AC cannot be your AC cannot now be less than 16. So you currently you count as having an AC of 16.
Yeah, which is okay because I
Yeah.
got my shield, but I can just cast bark skin until, of course, I get hit. And yeah, I'm pretty going to stay where I stand for now.
Okay. Azra.
I am going to do absolutely nothing because I'm not in the position to do anything.
Well, so you can move through your allies. You just
Can you
can't.
give it inspiration die as well as a bard?
You can, yeah. You can provide inspiration to others.
Oh yeah, right. So who's going to be attacking next? It's this one. Yeah, that one. I don't know who that is.
Dotan.
Right, yeah. So I'm going to use my bardic inspiration to give Dotan the thing. Actually, something to do.
Okay.
So-
So just mark
yeah.
that down to now being 2 out of 3 because you've made
Yeah.
it up to 3 times between long rests. And let's give you that. So you currently have bardic inspiration on you. And it's because it's a valor one. You can also add it to damage when attacking or to your AC when being attacked.
If you add it to damage while critting, it doubles because that's how crits work.
Yep.
It's like
Nice.
Well, at this point, I'm simply just going to like buff rather than dealing with me because you're all in front of me at the moment, and that's a good place to be.
bardic inspiration lasts for like 10 minutes instead of 1 or something like that.
So yeah,
Zomble Grumble lurches out of one of the side rooms and shambles rapidly up to Perry. He's going to attempt.
Incredibly rapid shambling.
Oh, fucking hell, I hate zombies.
zombles.
Oh boy.
It's okay, I'm really good against zombies.
Dad?
Paladin, you're fine.
Dad.
What's your AC?
18.
So it's pounding on your shield and buckler, and it's like trying to like grapple at you, but you imagine to like keep it at bay.
Wait, no, there's a mistake on it. There are some mistakes on this sheet. Okay, my armor class should be 19. This has all my old equipment with like the chainmail and stuff, rather than
Guys, I pulled them across. So just adjust it as
yeah,
you need be.
will do. It should be 19 though.
Yeah, so if
actually.
there are any discrepancies on your character sheets, just adjust them to what they should be from your just look at your regular sheet and then adjust them across. I pulled the character sheets across a little bit earlier than I intended to, and I forgot to change it. Right, I need to have that one set to there like that. Cool, there we go. Righty-o.
No, what the fuck did I do? What am I doing?
Probably haven't got your character sheet on edit mode, probably.
There we go.
Right, and then it is next turn of this Zumble that is going to. And then it's this one that's going to follow suit, grumbling and gargling as they do. This one is going to lurch out of its side room that it was in and head over to try and poke Dotan with its ragged fingernails of horribleness. Close that now.
Looks at his own fingernails, wondering shit. I have an excuse though. I play guitar. That's why my nails are long.
Momentum editor, right.
Only on one hand.
Right. And
Yep, only on my right hand. I've got fucking veritable talons on my right hand.
I'm going to guess that a 6 does not hit you. So you imagine
6
to
will not
nimbly dodge out of the way each time as it's trying to strike you. And
6 is like being
it's
tickled with a figure.
now your turn, Dotan.
Right. This.
Where do you change your armor class? I can't find it.
Under at the bottom under armor and equipment, or near the bottom armor and equipment, you adjust the actual armor item that you're wearing, and then it adjusts the armor class accordingly. Because it's also where you can put in whether or not you the armor
I see.
The armor has
I
disadvantage
found
on
it.
stealthing. Okay, so Grav, it's on you. Oh, immediately
And
lashing out.
I will add. I will add the bardic inspiration for the damage to that. I think.
Yep.
You can do it! By
So it's
Shoot its freaking head off.
is it
That
roll
was
the
my
D4.
inspiration.
D?
I think.
So I think it's a D6 to start with. I think. Yeah, D6.
D6.
Yeah.
So
So
roll a
2d6. Don't forget your
No,
sneak
one
attack.
1d6 plus then 6 as well because your players you have maximized crits.
Oh, and your sneak
So
attack.
Sneak
that's-
attack only that doesn't work. No, it won't. It's still got a thing on it, but sneak attack only works if.
Excellent crit though.
If you have advantage.
This crit's gonna be pretty nuts.
Yeah, it's a
So
20,
you should roll
it's a 22-point crit.
another d6.
No, because it's because you have maximized crits. It rolls a d6 plus then a maximized number on that. So the D is a d6 plus 6 because you guys are players.
Yeah, I didn't have advantage on it, and it's not next to another player, or is it? I am next to another player.
Yes, when you have advantage and it's be.
Oh yeah,
Blank.
or
Yeah,
it's being-
or someone is within 5 feet of it besides
Yeah.
myself.
So whilst you have an ally within 5 feet,
I think
there's
there's
no
only
ally
one-
within 5 feet of it.
There's an archetype that you don't need the advantage on. I think that's one of the Volo ones. That's it.
But you do.
It's,
You are.
swashbuckler.
You
That's it,
you
yeah.
are just about positioned right to be able to, as it lunges over you, plunge your dagger straight up into through the soft palate into its brain, and it just crumples to the floor.
Sweet. In that case, I would like to take my move action.
Mm-hmm.
Move over to there. Am I then able to take my use my other dagger?
Well, you had your handbow in your hand as well, didn't you? So you have handbow in one hand and dagger in the other.
I'll always have two daggers out unless. Actually, I deliberately came out.
You did say
Yeah.
that you had.
Yes. All right. Okay. Fine.
You said you basically, I essentially imagined you coming out sort of like a Harris grip, tack knife, Call of Duty sort of bullshit.
Yeah.
Yes. Basically. Basically.
Ballistic knife.
That's really annoying. I can't change my character around, turn my character around because my health is in the way. So I'm going to.
If you just change how far you zoomed in, it'll let you do it.
There we go.
I'll go more zombie there, and this one following suit, or following zombie.
Following
Anakis,
my suit.
Anakis, it is your turn.
So we're going to take a step to the side. That zombie right there, but rather than prep next.
Your mic is breaking up really badly there, friend.
Yes, fuck. I'm going to prep for the next turn. True strike.
Okie, so you're popping off your true strike cantrip. I need to actually put in the rest of the wording on true strike. Is true actually double check? Is true strike attack or is true strike only on melee attacks? It's one thing
It should be on any attack roll.
I think it is on any
one
attack as well,
attack
but
roll,
it's just
and next attack roll.
Yeah, I just want to double check it to make sure. Yeah, so on your first attack roll against target for other spells, and yes, it does work on spells as well. It's one of the things I keep forgetting about that spell is exactly how that mechanic works.
It's your next attack of any kind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Apparently, me going "Rrrr," has scared Paul into thinking there are zombies in his base because he's playing Minecraft.
What the fuck was that?
It's
Having
just-
fucking
it was just the first. It was just the first thing I thought of. I'm so sorry.
a crafty wank in the darkness, is it?
That top milk, that cream,
There you
pure
go.
vanilla,
Right.
sweetness. That's
Well,
10.
let's what we'll do is we'll do one more lap down the turn order, and then we'll stop there. Just because that should then give each of you an opportunity to actually get into a scrap if you want to, or if everyone's a little bit tired, we can stop now.
I want to scrap. I want to
Yeah.
scrap.
I want to
Scrap?
try and shoot something with a bow and fail miserably.
So
at it.
we'll do this one last lap down through the turn order, and then we will end for the night. So Perry,
Excellent. Perry's gonna stab a zombie. Can somebody cover our rear here? He'll shout to our comrades.
I can cover you.
I was half expecting to go, can somebody else cover me?
Let's see.
No,
What...
it's not that cruel.
Nah. I'm just poised with my bow at this point, so not that
Aha!
I'm yet.
Ooh,
Nice.
big dick numbers.
Plunge deeply into the
Big dick in a locker room, just
into
flopping
the
about.
thing. The zombie growls and gurgles in pain. It looks badly wounded by this strike, as if it has struck something vital. As if.
Which is irrelevant to a zombie.
Not mighty Waddenham, says the zombie as it crumbles forward.
Just in pure English, not my Dwartenham.
Oh God, you got me right in the duodenum.
Oh, wait, I mean, rar.
Groggle,
Good.
bargle, largle, flargle, flargle, blargle.
It's tough work, this.
I
Just
believe
random-
Marcus!
In the bits we can't see, it's just like they're just having tea.
Okay, I see. Oh, Jesus, Lordo.
Fine.
Mistakes were made.
Okay, can I use my action to prepare myself so if that zombie is within range of my attack, that I stab him?
You can do a held action to attack the next zombie that steps close to you. That could be your held action.
Yes, please. So he prepares himself. He's like, okay, I've been trained for this. Now, let's do this.
Okay, dokes. So
Remember, free your mind. You must
Azra.
flow like water.
Azra,
Hi, I'm Azra.
what would you like to do?
I am
You
gonna
you
go-
haven't yet stepped forward to.
I'm gonna go here. Holy shite on a brick! I killed the fucker.
That's what I was saying.
Woo! So I'm gonna like take this one back, and I'm gonna try and shoot the one in front of me with my bow when I can find my character sheet.
Oh, there's more down there. I was so focused on the first one.
I can see all of them. I can see both.
Oh God.
So can I still got the inspiration, or is that just for those guys?
No. So the inspiration that you provided inspiration to Dotan, and Dotan has now used the inspiration. You
Right,
can't
okay.
provide inspiration to yourself, and you do not have bless. Bless was only put onto bless can be put onto oneself, but that's because it's a spell, not a different thing.
Yeah. Right,
Again,
that's
in
fair enough.
Volos, though, there is a not Volos, Xanathars, there is a class that can use their own fucking
In which case, then I'm going to shoot
layers.
when I can remember how to ping that one with my short bow. Hopefully. Please.
You sink an arrow into its shoulder.
Why is it being fucking shoulders?
It lurches from the impact.
You just don't like shoulders.
That's managed to max.
Because you were going for the head,
Is
clearly.
the short bow a D6 weapon?
Yeah, it's a D6.
It is D6. Okay, cool. Fair.
Do you?
Oh yeah.
Do you
So, yeah.
only have like 12 dexterity?
College of Swords is the one that uses their own bardic inspiration for stuff.
Yeah.
I like that one. That was a good one.
12 dex.
So this one here is going to plomp its fists into Perry, or at least attempt to. And its blows will bounce harmlessly off your buckler.
Aha!
Ha
This one is going to further lurch forward, and it's going to attempt
Harry,
to
riposte.
attack.
Harry, riposte.
Attempt to slam at Dotan.
Harry, riposte.
I'm
What's-
trying!
Your AC's 15, isn't it?
14.
14. You have been.
Okay.
Oh yeah, 14. Yes, yeah. So you have been struck for 2 points of bludgeoning damage as it lands a fist into your sternum.
I'm gonna shout back and say.
zombies.
I'm gonna shout back and say, if you get infected, I'm removing your head.
Oh, hold on. Let's think about this.
I'm sure there will be a cure.
I'm sure there will be a cure.
And the
Famous last
zombies-
words. We can fix this.
You know, we're gonna do the thing here. I'm gonna have it so that the zombie is attempting to scrabble through and reach at you. Just because there's quite a few of them and they are a bit of a shambling horde, but it's going to have disadvantage on the attack. Just to take into account the fact that they are then a bit hoardy at that point.
Who's it trying to
Right,
attack?
and over the top.
It's going to go for odds, evens. It is going to go for Perry.
Sweet. I mean, oh no.
And it's going to miss it. Its companion is getting its way and is just flailing through. And
Oi,
can't
Fred,
land
I've
the
warned
blow.
you about this. Come on now. I'm
That
just
one's
doing what this
actually
sir told me
dead.
to do. You know, flail a bit.
Dotan.
You're in the way.
Dotan.
So
Oh God.
You can attack
I'm
any of
gonna-
those three, by the way. You can attack any of
I'm
those three.
gonna attack the one right in front of me. I'm going to get out both daggers. And I'm probably going to miss that one.
That is.
Add a
That actually
D4.
does land a hit.
I was gonna say add a D4 anyway, but
If that
Yeah.
hits, then I have a chance.
Oh yes, that's right. I can add a D4, can't I? But does that? Did you say that hits anyway?
That
I
hits.
see these fuckers.
yeah,
Jesus
zombies
Christ.
have like 6 dexterity.
Yeah,
Okay.
zombies are not difficult to hit. They're just difficult to keep down.
And have some of that, and then also have some of that.
But that one does fail to strike
doesn't
true.
hit. Okay.
Add a D4.
Yes. Can I add a D4 to that, please?
You can roll a d4.
You,
if you'd
you
like
just
to.
you just passively add it to every attack roll or saving throw you make while the spell's up. It should hit because
Just
it'll still hit because math.
that's
Just
Yep.
like takes off a small little bit of tiny little bit of flesh, like ow,
Basically, yeah.
like a paper cut. Just
This one is 1, 2, 3, 4 to that. And this one, 1, 2, 4 to that. Anakis.
So I see that group of 3 zombies there. Perry and middle one right there with a good old trusty firebolt.
Fumph.
And because I get the advantage because of my true strike,
Yep, so you set yourself to advantage. And the
Ooh,
firebolt
boy.
splashes heavily off of the creature's head, and there's like a that weird sort of like disjointed howl you see in anime of something getting engulfed by flame.
Are zombies flammable?
It's rags that it's dressed in are sort of like smouldering and scorched off, but it's not actually flammable now. Okay, so that's what you got on that one. And then let's turn to this zombo.
What a zomble.
To that.
Underground, zombie.
the
it's-
zombies
it's
are
no-
Winwood
I
and
appreciate the
Domino.
zomble song.
No, it's out the ground, wandering round. Zombles are free.
No,
The
it's
zombles are coming along to eat me.
Fuck's sake.
I've done the zombie song before on stream.
Hey guys, there's a zombie over there. La,
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 la.
la. And one steps forward, and Marcus, you have a held action. So if you would like to pop your held action off,
Poke it in the face.
And it looks like a rotten sausage in string. Ding ding.
I'm gonna try and have that moment you see in movies where he takes a deep breath, everything goes silent as he focuses, and
Hey! He hit something!
well done. The zombie lurches from the impact, but it still comes forward, and it is going to strike at odds, evens. It's going to lash out at Azra
Son of a bitch.
because it was coming for you straight away. It just happened that
Can I
Marcus.
get a dexterity? Not a dexterity.
No.
Acrobatics to get out of the way a little bit.
No.
Fuck.
Marcus is too busy going.
Because
I hit it.
Because the
Because
rules are
you weren't
attack rolls
expecting
versus AC.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so the type of AC. So you are struck for 6 points of bludgeoning damage. So I'm going to guess a 22 hits you.
22.
22 would hit me.
Yeah, because
so
if
yeah.
it will hit Perry, we'll say it hits anybody.
Yeah. How many?
6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Right, that leaves me with 22 health now.
If you wanted to be able to dodge attacks, you should have taken like level 5 rogue. So
Well, yeah, yes. With your 4 levels worth of character, you should have taken a 5th level
Yeah,
tip.
definitely.
yeah,
Worked out my
for something else
There's
entirely.
like high level rogue multi-class.
Oh,
Completely
yeah.
your own fault.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
really good.
That is our pass through that turn order, and it is now 5 minutes to 10, which is our regular fishing time anyway, so we are going to stop here because some of us are a little bit tired and I want to have a bit of a chillax with my darling beloved Gem. So we're going to stop here, so we say bye-bye to the YouTube people as we stop the recording.
Bye-bye
Say
to
bye-bye YouTube people.
Well,
Should get
Good
us
night,
uploaded.
You don't get a rolling cadence this time. I just can't be
Here,
fucked.
rest. We shall see you all next time.